Hello everybody and welcome back to Phandelver and Below the Shattered Obelisk here on Dork Tales. I hope you're all doing well tonight. I'm your Dungeon Master Kelly, you seeing him, and I am very excited to be here on episode 35 of Phandelver and Below the Shattered Obelisk, Illithinoch. Tonight we are going down into a Mind Flayer city. We are going to have a lot of fun. We're going to meet some cool people, you know, maybe schmooze, have a couple of appetizers, and call it an early night. But I'm not the only one going to the party. Let's introduce the rest of the party, starting with Christine.
Hello, I'm Christine. I use she, her pronouns, and tonight I play Lady Alessandra Celeste Martine Barraquel, our ASMR Paladin Oath of the Watchers. And I've had a very spicy day, so screw a party. I'm going to kill everything.
That sounds great. Okay, well, new plan. Caitlan, can you assist in the murder rampage that's about to happen?
Hello. I'll do my best. I'm fighting a bit of a headache, so here we go. You got this, though. Hello, I'm Caitlan. I use she, her pronouns, and the one who'll be assisting with that, maybe, is Anthea Briarfoot, who else uses she, her pronouns, who is the halfling, artificer, alchemist of the group. But who will really be assisting with it is her homunculus servant, Squish.
Scross.
Because he kills skills. Kill steals.
He has the kills that steal the bills. I don't know. He's got the skills that steal the kills. There we go. But you know who also is a stone cold killer? It's Amy.
Yeah, sure. That sounds like me. Hi, I'm Amy, and pronouns are she, her, they, them. My microphone's slightly too far away. Let me fix that.
I was about to say.
I'm playing Lyric, the tiefling bard sorcerer, and I'm sorry, I'm a little stressed. I'm having some costuming technical difficulties, so I'm a little spicy today. So don't mind if Lyric just starts swearing up a storm or screaming. It might happen.
You know what else is happening? It's Christa.
It is. Hi, I'm Christa. I use she, they, her, them pronouns. I play Carmilla Alizarin, our battle master fighter, who is a Dampier. Someone belongs down in the darkness that we are. And I also had a lot of stress doing costuming, which is why I now have this fantastic Carmilla costume, which you can also get one for your very self. It won't be quite as shiny, but you can also get your own.
Head to TeePublic today. You can get it on a tie-dye shirt if you really want.
Very Carmilla.
When's your birthday, Christa? Can you remind me?
You know, honestly, that's big. Girlfriend, bright, colorful, happy girlfriend brings goth girlfriend to theme park and buys tie-dye shirt, and goth girlfriend insists on wearing it.
That's
so very... someone, if there's any fan artists, please draw that of Alessandra and Carmilla going to a fun park and Carmilla looking very miserable in a tie-dye shirt.
I think that would be absolutely fantastic, but not nearly as fantastic as Chris.
Top of the morning to ya. It's me, Chris. I'm playing Sindri, the way of the Ascendant Dragon, half-elven monk. He uses he or him pronouns. I use he or they pronouns, and I had a very normal day. I've been having a very normal couple of weeks, and it makes me very suspicious. It's like, everyone else is on fire. Why am I not on fire? Is it my turn coming, or is it just the way things are?
It is. Hey, everybody. So I was just checking. You can only get the t-shirt in the tie-dye, but it looks absolutely ridiculous. And I strongly suggest everybody head to the store and just, like, check that out right now. Because it's wild. You know what else is wild? Our sponsor for the night, Bookwyrm Games. Hey folks, Bookwyrm Games has been keeping us in business for over a year now. You should go and help them stay in business as well. They are a fantastic Vancouver area dice proprietor and tea distributor. That's right, you can spill the tea that you buy at Bookwyrm Games. They have some delicious loose leaf flavors, like chocolate mint called, Winter's Breath, I believe, and just like so many other really good ones. I'm mentioning tea right now because I only have water next to me and I really wish I would have brought some tea or coffee out. But I did remember to bring my Bookwyrm dice, which I'm going to be using to destroy you all tonight. The best thing about Bookwyrm Games for y'all is not only that the dice are amazing and that you can get wooden dice, gemstone dice, liquid core dice, or so many other types, you can get them for 15% off using code DorkTales. Isn't that amazing? I think it's super cool. And if you need some friends, don't forget that we're your friends. because parasocial relationships are great, but also you could print some friends using their STL files over at their Patreon, Familiar Forge 320, where you can get all sorts of printable 3D, like, well, I mean, they're 3D. They're in the real world, so they're 3D. Even a piece of paper is 3D, technically. But they're like printable familiars. Krista's about to hold one up. Oh. All right. Thank you, Bookwyrm Games, for sponsoring us and for being just so cool that I gotta work for you. I can't wait to see you in person next month. All right, so folks, last episode, we got a lot to do tonight, so I'm just going to jump in here after explaining what we did last time. So, last episode, you all went back to Phandelver, where you discovered that everybody in Phandelver's getting real weird. Shit's getting wild, people are turning into like monsters, dogs and cats are living together, goats have tentacles, and you have to go and stop this. Luckily, you were able to find that there is a sinkhole that is open in the basement of the Sleeping Giant Tavern, and without even checking in or taking a full rest, y'all jump down the hole to go stop the Mind Flayers. Plowing ahead, you descended a good 5 miles vertically below the earth, or 2 miles. I think you're 2 miles down, and it's been a 5-mile walk. There you encountered a number of things. You encountered a group of Grell. Boo, Grell. You rescued some folks who managed to escape to the surface after being kidnapped by psychic goblins, and then you scooted down further, finding a behir nest, or beher nest, I don't know how it's pronounced, but a lightning 6-legged lizard thing. 6, 8, many-legged lizard. You did not fight it. You instead scooted along, and after another couple miles of descent, you came across a place that, let's call it the Burbling Intersection, a place where phosphorescent fungi was growing, and there was an entire room carpeted with writhing, bubbling flesh that turned into gibbering mouthers. You fought the hell out of them. And, Lyric, that's when you cast a level 4 Shatter spell, just for your records.
Okay.
And, you went beyond there to see if there was anything else. Going into the next room, you came across something absolutely horrible. For earlier in this adventure, you had discovered that one Thorgrin Ironquill, a dwarf who had been a devout follower of Dumathoin, whose crypt you had slept in with Rivibittle, had not actually died, and instead had gone down to Illithinoch, hemorrhaging loot and journals and stuff like that as he went. Now, what's the proof of him not being in his grave? Well, it is in the fact that you turned a corner and came across a creature that I will describe as follows. As you enter the room, the stalagmites and stalactites are all bent as though made of clay, filling the room with thick hooks from the floor and ceiling. An enormous monster with fleshy black wings patrols this room. From its toothy maw dangles a short-limbed skeleton, a dwarf. And as it turns and notices you, it opens its mouth and in a raspy voice that sounds like death says, "I am Thorgrin Ironquill." Which is where we last left off. Does anybody have any questions? I know there are a lot of concerns right now.
I do think that Lyric will say something along the lines of, "The fuck you are!"
Fair enough. I think we ended a game with Sindri going, "Oh, hell no." So
I don't think you need much of a description for this one. One word is pretty accurate, just horrifying.
it's horrifying.
Question, can we slowly back out?
Let's find out as we start tonight's episode of Phandelver and Below, the Shattered Obelisk. Rounding into the room, you see the stalactites and stalagmites hooked in front of you. This immense creature with huge flapping wings, almost like a giant stingray, floats in the room. It looks at you and says that. What do you do?
So, I would absolutely love to just drop the, what is it, tower thing, and open that up into this room. The mud tower. The heck
All
is
right.
it called?
Yep.
I love that idea. Let's do it.
Mudslip
Okay.
tower. Yeah, I think Lyric's just gonna be like, I've got an idea, and is going to step forward and just release that thing and try and squash it.
And
love it.
one moment, please. I gotta see if I get a save for this. You can use an action to place this 1 centimeter on the ground and speak its command word, which is petrification in Terran. Each creature must make a DC 15 saving throw. I'm gonna give myself disadvantage because I don't see this coming.
You mean you didn't anticipate someone opening up a building into you? Underground in a cave that will collapse?
Okay.
And considering how this thing seems to like unworked stone or whatever it is, it's just gonna be like bam.
Okay,
like a rail.
so it honestly, you set this ball on the ground, you like roll it forward and speak the command word, and it is like opening a jar of snakes, like just as this tower erupts into this room, burrowing and slamming into the far wall. Now, does this have to take the entire space? Let's find out. Okay, 20 feet on a side and 30. No, you can do that from where you are. Lyric, I'm going to roll the damage for this. So that is going to be, I'm going to re-roll that. That is going to be 10d10 damage that this thing takes as this explodes out at it, dealing a massive 64 points of damage to it as it slams into the creature, shunting it off to the side. Can I get an initiative roll? Let me just check how big this roof is. One moment. Because it might not be able to reach you. Okay, this room is, I think it's 15 feet high. Chambers are 20 feet high. This thing, nope, it can't reach you. Never mind, don't roll initiative unless you want the sphere back. You're going to hear as this entire chamber, well, it doesn't collapse because it's full of stuff. The entire chamber is filled with this massive tower, blocking this thing in and sealing the entrance.
Do you think I got it?
I am Thorgrim.
Enough, I don't think.
Can we
Sir,
see it at
we
all?
have your book.
It is going to start, all of you who can be telepathically communicated to with,
Oh.
you will hear a voice in your head. This sounds different than the voice you just heard, though. It sounds more chaotic, manic, inhuman. The far realm gives great power to those who accept it. Look how graceful I am!
Graceful's not what I'd call it. We have your book, though, sir.
The voice shifts. My book. The Mind Flayers. They intend to ravage the whole Underdark. I don't wish
The
ill on the
whole
people of Gibbet
Light as
Crossing.
well.
I have to warn them. Let me out. I have to warn Gibbet Crossing before it falls.
Oh, sir. It's been a long time.
Oh,
I'm
no.
sure they've been warned. One way
No.
or the other.
The one in the scarlet robe. Oshundo. They are gathering forces to assault Telhundreth. I must warn the priests that the Mind Flayers are coming. Please.
Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. That has happened. It's been a long time, I think.
Ilvash rises.
I'm really confused. confused. Should we just go?
I'm not exactly sure what's going on.
What is going on?
Are they talking?
Sounds
No.
like they're insane.
Sindri, they're talking telepathic.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right.
My death was real. I ventured too close to Illithinoch, and I am still here. I do not know why.
It would seem that the energies from this place mutates and destroys, but does not kill. The people of Phandelver are experiencing a similar fate, and we are hoping to stop it. Do you have any information that can help us that you remember before you passed?
So there's a pause for a moment, and I want to reiterate. So just because I don't think I stated this clearly, when the crazy voice is coming through telepathically, the other voice is issuing forth from the corpse's lips. So you'll be able to hear that, although muffled by the tower. So anything I say in the dwarven voice, if it sounds sane, you can hear it, Sindri. If it sounds like it's bugfuck, then it's coming telepathically, and you can just ignore it. It's your spam filter catches it.
Oh, great. That's fun.
Okay.
Should we put this thing out of its misery?
Probably.
You
I
are going
don't.
to Illithinoch.
Sorry. Could you speak up a bit? There's sort of a building in the way.
You are going to Illithinoch.
Oh,
Yes.
correct.
Be careful. It is crawling with mind flayers.
Oh,
That's what we're expecting.
Please release me. Let me die for good.
Well, I don't really want to waste the cool building, so I suppose we should put it away.
I will
and-
hold the beast off as long as I can.
Okay, sure. You do that. That sounds like a very good idea.
He also
One
asked very
moment.
nicely.
We can enter the building, right?
Yeah, you totally could go in. You technically can go into the building, and are there arrow slits on the side? Let me just double check.
I
You
was
might be
gonna
able
say, can we just go over there and just shoot a bunch of arrows, or have him stand next to the window and we'll stab him?
I wasn't even sure. I sort of figured that the doorway was like against one of the roof or the
The
walls
wrong
or
way.
something. Yeah, I was like, I don't think we can.
Luck
We're all
check,
at the base of the
luck
building.
check.
Right?
So there's a trapdoor leading to the roof.
I feel like this is when we need a fireball of some sort. Stick a hand through
Yeah, this is when I'd use fireball. If I had it.
We're like, we need a scroll of fireball.
Ah.
Yeah.
Although using it
Necklace of
against the dragon was
fireball.
very good.
Wand of fireball.
Yeah, it doesn't say that there are arrow slits. Let me just look at its art real quick. I want to, because I feel like it might have...
It's a mud tower? Is
The
that what
right
It's a
of
mud
I have
tower, right?
says it does. 20 feet on a side, 30 feet high, with arrow slits on all sides and a battlement atop it.
Does it say arrow slits
And
on
we
the
have a
side?
wand of burning hands.
It's true.
I'll say yeah. Let's do it.
How many charges?
Oh, yeah,
of
arrow
burning
slits on
hands
all
do we have
sides.
to
Yeah, you're
take?
absolutely right. I just don't know how to read. Okay, so yeah, you absolutely can. Now, it's on its side right now, so it's actually really easy to access the arrow slits. Anybody wants... You'll have to kind of climb up and wedge yourself in to get in the front door. But you can do it. Yeah.
I'll
So-
sort of head up the side. So if you remain where you are, we will dispatch of you as best we can.
Yes, please.
Assist you to the afterlife.
Is it best to burn him so he does not come back?
Yes.
Is that a thing?
Lay my ashes to rest.
A psychic pulse will say, brains feed the brain pool.
What are those human prisoners for, I wonder?
The two of you that are good with fire, Sindri and Dia, shall we go through the building so that he is not likely to get out before we are done?
Great empire will
Once we
rise
put him
once
down, I'll burn him.
more under the unstoppable mind flayers who have the power of the Far Realm at their command.
So Sindri's just gonna like wedge himself in between like the wall and just do a wall sit and then just fire arrows into his.
That
him
sounds
from-
good. I am not going to make you roll for this. I'm going to say if you take a minute to do this, he's pinned against the wall on the
This is
outside of the
fucking
arrow
grim,
slit.
but yeah, let's put him down.
Right? Like, so who is going in to end this? You are? Carmilla, did you wedge yourself in as well to start peppering him with arrows?
I was thinking I would like climb up to the door, just walk up to the door.
Mhm.
And
Oh, yeah, 'cause you
go
don't have to climb, yeah.
inside. Yeah.
Go
Is
through.
one of the arrows like rather than the grimness of just shooting arrows until he dead? Is he like by an arrow slit?
He is
that we could
right.
just,
He's
like-
pinned against an arrow slit. You can see this horrible creature.
Perfect. I'll go in there, and I'm assuming Sindri can follow me.
Yeah.
And
And you can just
I'll
Urukai
go
him.
in. Yeah, just go wherever it looks like the most organs are. We'll stab him through.
And, Christa, as you are doing this, you stab and you shoot Sindri. It doesn't take very long. But as this creature lets out a horrible shriek and starts thrashing, a telepathic voice will issue out.
And sense the Far Realm inside of you. Not long, no.
Oh, is he done? Sindri just breathes fire on him, not having heard that last little bit.
It shrieks like an alien.
Awful.
And will
Yeah,
die.
that was pretty awful. I must be awful being squished by a tower too.
Well, what did you want to do? Fight it normally? I had this tower
Oh no,
right
this
here.
is much better. Sindri will
In-
slide down the tower.
Thank.
In the creature's defense, he kind of seemed like he didn't want to fight.
Oh, now we don't have to worry about it. And we have a place that we can actually put our feet up for a little bit.
Wait, did you hear that?
Chill.
I feel like he had the last thing to say in his.
Oh, I think you
death
just said
throes.
thank you. He just said thank you as he was being
Oh,
burned.
okay.
Sindri's
sure.
too busy bickering to actually hear the plot.
That's fine. That's what you're here for.
That's Sindri's big D&D moment of just light it on fire, and Carmilla's inside having this like deep emotional connection with this weird creature face to face. If the D&D experience isn't that, I don't know what is.
No one knows. No one knows.
Well,
Perfect.
we do have a building now. If we want to take a rest.
Yes, I think we thought that perhaps over here we could take a rest to begin with. So here we are. It worked out.
So I think we'll take that long rest we were planning.
Okay. You shut the door to the tower. And as you do, the smell of this burning creature is not the most pleasant scent you've ever smelled. But it could be worse. And after a fashion, the cave's fungal stench begins to overwhelm it. The dankness of this cavern.
Prestidigitation.
Perfect. Yeah, you light some magic potpourri. Now, as you do that, the night settles in. The inside of this tower is completely immune to harm. And you are all able to get quite a bit of rest. There is no issue here. And After a bit of a rest, you'll all get your long rest in. You'll get your hit points back. But as you do, Carmilla, you will awaken with more hair on your bedroll. Your teeth hurt. And you feel some of your molars are getting loose. Anthea, as you awaken, the spurs in your hands feel harder. Sindri, you feel absolutely fine. Aside from a little bit of tension in your joints. They're a little slack, and occasionally as you move them, one of the sockets or one of the places where your bones connect, the ligaments will go a little slack before they pull back into place. Ella, at last as you wake up today, and you gather up your equipment, you rearm yourself. You are going to look down at your armor from where you fastened your left shoulder pauldron. And there is an oily, sludgy, black handprint. Your hand is coated with ichor. Like palm sweat.
Rub that away.
Okay. Your palm is clean underneath it. It has a distinctive, almost squiddy scent to it. You'll all get your long rest in. What do you all do? Continue onward?
Before we go, can we investigate this room once we break the tower down?
Absolutely. As you do, what you will find is that there are a couple of things in this room. There is, of course, what you will eventually recognize as probably a cloaker. This subterranean monster that waits in the corners like a shadow and then strikes, but somehow it fused with this dwarf skeleton, manipulating it like a marionette puppet. In the corner, buried under all manner of debris and whatever this cloaker has eaten and defecated, you will find a pack. It's old, a traveling pack. Do you look inside of it? This thing's been here for well over 100 years, several hundred years. Inside of it, you'll see that there is a satchel of papers, as well as some leather scraps. And, well, I'll get to the last thing in a minute. But looking through the mostly destroyed papers, moisture and time has eroded them. You'll find a handful of partial phrases. Illithinoch stronghold, 7 miles down. Beware the Elder Brain's attention. Significant mind flayer general is Oshundo, wears a high-robed red, or high-collared red robe. Mind flayers preparing to move against Gibbet Crossing. And then finally, I stole one of their mind crystals. Are there more? May be useful to priests at Telhundereth. And then searching the bottom of the pack, you will find such a thing. You will find that there is a small gemstone. It's a bit of crystal, about the size of a small chicken's egg. And this one is bright, kind of lemonade yellow. The color of watered down lemonade. As you pick it up, it hums slightly in your hand.
This seems like it might be important.
What is it?
Mind crystal.
Oh, another rock thing.
Well,
Wonder
it's a
if this
small
one's
one.
Relevant.
I mean, it's not like the old ones that Carmilla's lugging around still, I think. But it's just
that's the strange one sticking out of those goblins' heads. Because that was also very concerning.
But this one's not bright green. This is different. I think that might be the color's different, which might be important for later.
Oh, maybe. Or it's just another weird rock.
Well, Sindri puts it in a bag with a bunch of other rocks he's been picking up.
There, your rock
Can you
collection.
tell the difference?
Right?
Is it possible it is just diluted if it is a lighter color?
Mhm. Could Anthea tell the difference? We'll see if there's anything useful about it.
I'll take a look at it. It's a nice rock.
It is a nice rock.
Can I make a roll?
Yeah,
to,
absolutely,
like,
please.
You can
Arcana
for
or
this one you
something?
can cast Identify.
Cool. Let's cast Identify.
All right, so you are going to find out the following things. I'm just going to send you the entry because it's probably easier because there's a lot of text about these things. That is going to be... Okay, Mind Crystal. Oh, there we go. You're going to gain the following information on it. I'm just going to put it in our private chat, but I'll read it for the audience just because it's fun. These gemstones are a crystallized bit of spellcasting magic. Each one has a specific effect that it does. You can use this while holding it in your hand as you cast a spell with a casting time of 1 action. You can modify the spell in a specific way. You can't use a mind crystal at the same time as a meta magic feat, but what you can do is you can use it to modify a spell. After you use it once, it becomes a normal gemstone worth about 50 gold. This is a careful mind stone or mind crystal. It allows you to cast a spell and choose 3 creatures to be immune to the effect of the spell, period. Well, they automatically succeed their saving
I was
throw.
specifying the meta magic part. I was like, wait a second. If you're specifying meta magic, it's probably a meta magic type feature.
Yeah, it is. Totally
There
is.
we go.
You can't meta the meta. The meta's changed.
Oh no, the metafiction.
Yeah, the
plot
metafiction's changed.
thing.
The meta plot. So there you go.
Oh, intriguing. She will all that information back.
I don't think this is any good for me. Anthea, Lyric, what do you think? Well, you want to hold on to it?
I think Lyric should hold on to it.
Sure, I can certainly put it to use. I tend not to be particularly careful, so perhaps once in a while it might be a good idea.
Sounds good.
Sindri weighs his options and says nothing and happily hands over the stone. Well, let's try and not find this let's try and find this or not find this Ashundo. Maybe we don't want to find him and just try and sneak up on the brain. Or we try and get the drop on Ashundo and then take him out before the brain gets to us. This is a conversation we can have on the road.
Yeah, and I don't think we're really gonna get to choose what happens. But it's a fun thought experiment, Sindri.
I think we should kill it all.
Oh,
Well-
that's an option. Yeah, I think that was our
commit a whole lot of murder
Usually.
or something?
Well,
not-
we're
Is
actually
it
not
murder
very
if it's trying to
murdery.
turn us all
I feel like it's
into,
more righteous self-defense than anything.
Yeah, but we
Right, they
become
are
more murdery.
trying to destroy us, so it's not really murder if they're trying to kill you first.
It's been a long way since the Red Brands, hey?
It has been a long time.
Yeah. I don't think these ones will take kindly to efforts of community service.
Rehabilitation. Mm.
Maybe they could do some
We
calcium
haven't met
repairs.
Alessandra yet.
This is true. She's very persuasive.
I'm not going to rehabilitate these ones.
Okay.
We're going
That's
to kill
fair.
them.
Okay.
Or I'll do
Yes,
it myself.
We can make them regret their decisions and lifestyles beforehand.
Once
I
they're
feel
already
a
dead.
righteous. I feel a righteous glowing sword has that effect.
They can regret in the moment of their death.
Sure. That sounds great.
Let's get going, I guess.
Right. Do you collapse the tower and take it with you?
Yes, absolutely. 100%.
Now, the passageway ahead of you continues to spiral down for quite a ways. But rested and recuperated, you are going to be able to make it from your fleshy pit down to Illithinoch in about a half hour.
Kelly.
Yeah.
I have a really dumb idea.
I have a-
After How big was the thing we just fought?
Let's see, a dwarf's about
no.
that big. Kind of large-sized?
Animating performance. It is now my servant. You said corpses counted as objects.
Foisted by my own petard, eh?
Why have you done this to us?
Okay, hold on. I'll
Why
add
have,
it.
why have you allowed this madness?
Well, okay,
Hey,
hold on.
I
Lyric,
said I'd remember.
this is
what?
really gross.
I knew, but there was nothing else I could really bring with us, and I really didn't want to. Stop picking it on the thing right away. Okay, it's fine.
When you drop something into Roll20, it starts huge. Don't worry. So let's
It's okay.
go.
It was just popped up right away and caught me
It's
off
like,
guard.
oh!
Well, we could always
Look.
animate the fleshy pit.
Not particularly. It's a bit too large. I
I
can't.
feel like that'd be worse.
I can't really do that.
None of this
So-
is particularly good.
Spooky monster thing it is because there's no convenient statues this time.
Okay.
So we couldn't even give him his final wish and leave him dead?
No, he's
Yeah,
already
didn't
dead.
we burn him to ashes? Wasn't that the whole
Oh, yeah, that's
point?
right. You guys said you were
Oh, I
burning
thought
him
it
to
was
ash.
Him to
skeleton.
ashes?
No.
thought there was
You're gonna.
skeleton.
You're burning him to ash. You're right. Never mind. Never mind.
So we'll mercy kill you, and then
Oh,
we'll bring
thank
you back
God.
to
Oh,
serve
thank
us.
God.
Exactly. That's your payment.
I'm gonna have to
I
start
do love the
running corpses
conversation of
behind
they're
us.
trying to do this and then them being like, no, grab, pull away.
Sindri hurriedly lighting a Molotov. Like, oh yeah, we totally burned that one. Don't worry about it.
I feel like it's
Perfect.
bordering on necromancy at this point, Lyric. I don't know.
No,
I
it's
feel like
not.
that's a slippery slope to go down. But I mean, I guess whatever floats your boat.
You just calmly slip right into corpse reanimation.
Right?
It's just her graduate
might as
school
well.
project. That other guy was doing it for grad school.
I fell and reanimated that corpse.
Oh no, I keep falling over. All
It's
right.
not really a reanimation. It's sort of just like whatever you do to, the bed or the door. It just happens to be made of bones.
Okay.
Which I find
I
very
believe-
ironic that I, as Alessandra, are now arguing against this, considering what I did Saturday night.
What happened this weekend?
Lots. We'll talk about it during the break.
Yeah.
I do believe that there are many religious people and many gods, I'm sure, that would argue the fact that a corpse is nothing but an item.
And on
But
that sunny
I feel
note,
that is I feel that is a greater philosophical question for later.
you
Perhaps
continue
we can
your
ask the
way.
big brain.
You could ask the big brain.
If anything
Um,
knows, it would be a big brain.
Hey, Krista, roll me a d20.
Don't wanna. Hang on. It's a 15.
Oh, 15. Sounds good. Okay. So, you have your philosophical conversation in the wake of this horrible atrocity.
Oh, sorry. And also, she has found some extra shirt or something that she has sort of fashioned into, has sort of wrapped her remaining hair up and is now wearing something of a head wrap to hide the pale skin below.
That sounds good. Further down, it's only 2 miles of slow, winding slope ahead of you. But before long, you are going to make your way to a set of double doors. An immense pair of green doors lies ahead of you. They are wrapped with smooth carvings and crawling vines on either side that have been carved directly into the stone. The area ahead of you is particularly in the nature of the mind flayers. Aesthetics of sweeping lines and sharp angles. This area has been molded to their preference. The immense double door in front of you radiates with an eerie green light from the seam between them. You have reached Illithinoch. The Mind Flayer city awaits you on the other side. What do you do?
No other way but through, I guess.
I wish I could be glib about this situation, but I really don't want to do this. But you're right, there is no way but through.
Unless we want to just not. But I don't think that's an option either. Or we die. So,
I still do suggest that we could just, go on a vacation somewhere else on the Sword Coast or elsewhere.
but now we know that everyone else is gonna die.
Also,
And I think we're
I have all these
no
extra
problem.
eyes and things that I feel like would get us killed somewhere else.
True. I think we're in it now.
Who's looking at the door? As you are looking at the
Yep.
door, for more than a few seconds. Actually, Sindri and Lyric, you stare at the door as much as you want. Nothing really seems to happen. One of the other of you, who stares at the door for more than a few seconds, maybe 3 or 4. Carmilla, looking at it, your eyes are going to glow slightly green. And the light between the doors is going to pulse. And it will swing open. Inside of your head, a jarring mental pulse erupts that sounds like the clashing of cymbals. It is, honestly, not as unpleasant as it sounds. But you can sense that the doors inside of this area will open with similar mental command. All you need to do is merely look at them, and they will open. The door swings open. And with that, let's take a look at the next room. The area in front of you is an enormous... in front of you is an enormous statue. At the end of the eastern side of this long room, it depicts a massive mind flayer, its arms outstretched, holding a brain in each hand. The statue is made of one piece of greenish stone, although the brains are covered with a green mucus that drips from its hands into a puddle on the floor. Flowing designs decorate the walls, Lounging against the south wall are 2 mind flayers, their face tentacles periodically gesticulating. As you enter the room, do you do anything? Or do you just head right in? Looking at them, you can see these 2 mind flayers basically...
Have they noticed us?
They
Did they
will
look
in a
when the door
moment as the
opened?
doors open, but you have a little bit of time.
Ella's just gonna kind of look over at Carmilla and heft her sword and go for it.
Yeah.
Ella will charge them.
All right, let's roll initiative.
Yeah.
Lyric is slapping Sindri on the shoulder and casting invisibility.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
For a change, my extra life die finally rolled a nat 20.
Okay,
There we
I have
go.
disadvantage
I
on
rolled a nat
initiative.
1. That was for me.
Fully, Alisandra's like, yes, go. And Camilla was like, I mean, no.
And Lyric's just like, oh, Sindri, you got something on your shoulder. Or something.
All right,
Dust your
so
invisibility.
checking initiative right now.
fuck.
We have Ella, followed by Anthea, followed by Chris. I got you with a 16. What is... There we go. So we've got Ella, Anthea, Sindri is tied with a Mind Flayer, but I will just say that you're going to go first because it had disadvantage. Then I have Mind Flayer 2. They have names, but I'm just not going to tell you what they are. And then it is...
I mean, we're not talking with them, so...
That was an option, actually, but might as well just mulch them. Lyric and Carmilla. All right, the door is going to burst open. You're going to see them. They're going to turn to your direction. And those of you with a mental impulse, or the ability to have your mind pulsed to, will hear,
Hello?
"Who are..." And then combat is going to engage. Ella, what do you do?
I think we were right there, so...
Yep,
I can get right between them both.
you absolutely can.
Yeah. I'm gonna attack one with one attack, at least. I guess. You know what? 2 on 1.
All right, sounds
Attack one
good.
Twice. So actually, I guess I'll stand back over here instead of
All
right.
right,
In the middle.
attacking Shalgast.
Natural 20!
Natural 20 on Shalgast. He was not expecting it. Give it to me.
The other one, I rolled a 9, which ends up being, I think, a 19.
That's going to be a hit. Roll me
18.
damage.
18. Okay.
She's on a
so-
crusade, everybody.
Okay, 1 sec. I am going to Divine Smite on the crit, of
Sounds
course.
good.
I'm going to use a level 3 spell slot. So I have to remind myself. And as part of this, I pop my wings, which also gives me a bonus. So it's a 2d8 plus 1 for each level, so 4d8. Yes. 4d8 on Divine Smite. Okay.
Which turns into
I need more
8d8.
dice. Sorry?
Which turns into 8d8 because of the crit.
Uh-huh.
So many d8s. So many d8s.
So, 2, 3, 4. And I need a calculator because there's too many things to keep track of.
All right, what do we got?
1 sec. I'm still adding up.
Oh, no. It's too many
Okay,
dice.
so that was the Divine Smite attack stuff.
Here, give them to me separately.
Okay,
But
1 sec.
give me each attack separate because
How do you mean separate? Like the attacks?
give me the nat
or-
20 damage.
Okay, so everything all in one there.
Yeah, give me it all together. I just want to like give me your second attack separately because you might have to move another 5 feet.
Okay. Okay, so attack 1, which is a crit, 74.
74 points of damage. You are going to turn, and as you brandish your blade, of mental pulse is going to go out and say,
Are you here to worship Ilvash?
and how do you do it?
I think she just charges straight up, wings starting to stream out from her back, and just stabs straight through and pull back.
And
Radiant light
the
just-
other one is going to look at you and start to back away half a beat. But it's your turn.
Cool. I am going to attack him again with... It's an 18 to hit, which I think you said hit.
Yep.
And I will Divine Smite again, because might as well. I don't have to add. So it's only 5d8 instead of 10d8 this time.
Wah, wah.
Okay, so that is... Uh, 38.
38 points of damage. That is not going to be enough to kill this one, but it is going to explode with divine light. Your sword burns with divine light as it slashes through this one, dropping it into bloodied immediately on that first hit. Do you have a bonus
she's
action?
screaming whatever god's name she follows. I can't remember what one it was, but
You start listing off gods. You know,
whichever light ones there are. I'm sure she's an
Ilmater,
ASMR of one of them.
I don't know. Doomathoin's been really popular lately.
Ilmater.
Whichever one would be an Oath of the Watchers type paladin.
Oh boy, go Google it between turns.
Okay.
Is it Helm, Tyr, or Torm?
It might be.
I feel like we
Probably.
talked
Something
here.
probably to do with order or something like that.
Those three would be the.
Yeah.
Asmodeus.
Something good.
Oh. All right.
that's Helm, but
All right. Anthea, it's your turn.
Okay, let's go squish. And we'll step forward once I get to the right place. A bunk, a bunk, a bunk. A bunk.
Squelch.
Hold on a second. Yeah, I can see him from here. Okay, I'm going to throw a firebolt.
Sounds good to me. Go ahead and give it to me.
Good job. 22 to hit.
22 is absolutely a hit. I got nothing that'll
Okay.
protect me from a firebolt.
Blink. Wow, that's 8 points of fire damage, please.
8 points of fire damage is going to roasty toasty this calamari.
All right, you get him. You go get him, squish. Go get him. That's a 21 to hit.
21 to hit is going to be a hit. Give me some force damage.
That's 6 points of force damage.
6 points of force damage are going to pepper this one, and it's going to be knocked back another foot by this damage. It is looking really rough. All right, Sindri, you're up.
okay. Sindri is just going to invisibly dash beside Alessandra. And Alessandra, I think you crit, so you probably get to give.
Oh, yes, you get to give a point of
Sorry,
inspiration.
I keep
so-
forgetting about that. Definitely for Sindri, whoever.
I am invisible, so I already have advantage on this attack.
Okay.
You get your advantage on the first one.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna make 4 attacks against this dude. So let's
Okay,
see how.
the first one has advantage.
Yeah. So first one, I crit. I actually crit on both dice.
Yes, I infected you with
no.
critting.
All right, who
I
gets your
rolled
advantage?
2 20s, which is doesn't do anything extra, but it is very funny. So I'm gonna deal max damage. So that's 16, 21 points of damage with my first hit.
How do you do it? That you come out of invisibility and just kill this thing.
So I did the same thing with my the last Mind Flayer did, and I just take my staff and shove it directly through the tentacle hole, and just like pin it to the wall, and then slide it down.
Oh, bad touch. It dies.
So I guess this is how we're doing it. Sindri will splosh the brains down on the floor.
Good job, Sindri.
Good job, Alessandra. Do we hear anyone coming?
No, you don't.
We had a
Sorry,
that
very
right.
quick.
I'm gonna walk up to the statue and see if there's anything weird about it.
Yeah,
So looking at-
pretty much the same thing what Lyric's doing. Going
The-
to the goop.
So, looking at this statue, you can see that it is holding a pair of brains, and the brains are weeping liquid.
I don't like that part. That's pretty gross.
Looking at
Says
it,
quietly.
Lyric, this looks disgusting. But Carmilla, it actually smells good getting this close to it. There's something mildly appetizing about this. It has the consistency of mucus, but kind of the clear murkiness of kind of like cerebrospinal fluid. Like it's just kind of like cloudy water.
I think she probably just reaches out just slightly and just sort of like lets a couple fingers run under it and just see what it feels like.
Ew.
It feels like, there's no better way to say this. It feels like lube. It's very slick to the touch. It's very much kind of like a water-based type of lube feel, where it's just like, it's slick. It's also slightly dehydrating at the same time if you rub your fingers together too much. It's weird, and it smells delicious.
Ew. Carmilla, don't touch the weird brain goop. Okay, that's gross.
What's
Is
it like?
is there like a drain at the bottom that this is going into?
It is not. Is pooling on the floor.
How big's the
Where's
pool?
it even going?
Not particularly. It seems like this almost looks like an act of like stigmata for a statue. There's just
Like
like
it hasn't been happening for a long time.
It looks like, yeah. It looks like the pools on the floor never get particularly large, and yet it still just slowly drips down like mucus dripping off of it. Basically, think back to the early 90s in Nickelodeon. That's what this looked like. Like there's always just this layer of membranous slime.
Okay.
Ew.
It is very slick. I could not tell what it is. Do you know?
It looks like weird brain goo. I don't want to touch it.
And Anthea, does it look organic?
Can I make a roll? Nature roll? Arcana roll?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Is it brain goo or is it magic goo?
Right. Well, I mean, it's not like actually really pooling. Wowee. What's my roll, Kelly?
Your roll's going to be Arcana.
Okay, well, that's 14. Oh, 15 then.
15?
Yeah.
Honestly, looking at it, it looks like there's something to this. Like the magical nature of it leaking out of this statue's hand brains makes you think that, yeah, there's something up here. This will do something to you if you ingest it.
Wow! I'm going to take a little sample. I'm just going to like...
Sounds
Put a
good.
little vial
I thought you were
underneath
gonna
it
say a
and have
little
it.
sip.
Just a little sippy
Yeah,
sip. Why not?
it's like Costco. You show up and you take like a sample cup. And you're like, yeah.
Yeah, why
Pretty
not?
good.
Just a little shot of it.
And a
Let's go.
lyric. This is a large size statue.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to animate it with all the brain goo, though. It's pretty gross. Well, I suppose I can just go prestidigitation.
A hijacked dwarf corpse in a weird flying demon creature in a flesh pit is fine. But a little brain goo.
Yeah, well, at least we
It's nice that we know our
Brain goo is
limits.
it's where you draw the
At least
line,
we knew
man.
where at least we knew where it's been at that point.
Do you?
I didn't
Do you?
rules of
And where did the brain come from?
There are
That's the
2 of them.
question. I don't know. There's 2 of them.
Oh,
And
I
where's
see.
the goo going?
It's on the floor.
We don't know where this has been. At least the other thing we knew it was
My
in the
jar.
weird flesh pit.
It's going into my jar.
It's going into the jar.
Lyric absolutely casts prestidigitation to see if it gets rid of the goo.
Hey!
It does.
Well, you've got your sample.
And then the goo begins
Oh,
oozing again.
okay.
Ooh,
thought you were gonna
see,
do it on my
no,
jar.
absolutely not. It's just gonna goopy dribble all over the place, even as we're moving. Absolutely not.
Yeah, that would actually not be good for stealth. I mean, unless it just disappears.
Sindri looks
Which would
at
be
like
good for
Alessandra and Carmilla in plate. There's a lot that's not good for stealth.
I could come back for free goo.
Oh, interesting thought. Carmilla listens to that and takes a little bit and like
Why are you
rubs
having
it
exactly
amongst
same
the
spot as
plates.
me? God damn it!
Oh!
You know what? You have something good happens from the chat. I'm gonna say that you can lubricate your joints. It'll work for about 10 minutes before you have to reapply. You will be rolling flat by lubing up your armor.
Amazing.
As we're discussing, I'm going to
Oh.
be filling up a few more jars. Until I
You
am
sure that's not
pulled
going to do
away.
anything strange to your armor? Like make it strangely sentient and psychic?
We'll
It's
never
fine.
know until we try.
At this
Oh,
point, I believe the saying is in for a penny, in for a pound.
What the fuck is a penny?
It is a small form of currency in some nations.
So strange.
As is a pound, so it is kind of a you are in for a small portion, in for a copper, in for a gold.
Wait, what?
That's the expression I've heard before.
You went to Candlekeep. How do I know this and you don't?
Yes,
Okay,
sorry,
Alessandra,
I
where are we
didn't
going?
pay much attention to fiction.
just like absolutely not dealing with this right now.
So, from where you are, you can see that there is a hallway that runs parallel to where you're standing to the north, with a door that leads to the north to the northeast, and it looks like a hallway that veers off to the northwest. There is a door directly behind the statue, and then there is a passageway that Sindri is standing at the south that leads downward. It branches off at the end, but before that, there are a pair of doors opposite each other. There are several places that you can go.
So, to the left?
That's what we've done before.
Agreed.
It's never led us astray.
Mm-hmm.
It's always led to the left. Sindri will start making his way up to the
To
top
the
corner
left,
there.
to the left.
Lyric is slowly walking over. Happy to let other people take the lead.
Okay. Let's go.
I really just hope that that statue doesn't come alive and try and kill us after.
Well, it couldn't come alive if you made it come alive instead.
I'm not sure
Take it
that's how it works.
Before it happens.
It doesn't fit down the corridor.
Oh, I guess that would be.
Well, if we let enough brain goo slide down it, might slide down the corridor.
Oh,
Just
could we like
turn
sit on top of it
sideways.
and just like?
Shovel it.
Okay. I really want to get away from this thing. It does creep the hell out of me.
Far too much effort. I'm sure I can find something else. At least the corpse would have been a little more squishy.
Right. Heading up to the north, you can see that the hallway banks, heading up to the north. There's a door at the far end of the hall, as well as one about halfway up on your right. What do you do?
Go to the left.
Do we want to do the side room first, or do we just want to go all the way down and then double back?
Don't we normally go to the left? That's
And
Yeah,
then go
well-
all the way to the end.
Okay, let's do it.
Shh. Just be quiet, just in case there's something on the other side of that door.
I'm gonna make a stealth check.
Lyric is also going to try and be stealthy.
Yes, yes.
I'm rolling flat.
25.
I rolled an
Boy.
8.
Okay, everybody make me a stealth roll.
That's a 19.
21.
17.
17. Okay. All right. So, Carmilla, you're going to bump into the walls a little bit trying to stay stealthy. But your armor's quiet. This is a user error, not an armor error. So, making your way north, you are going to come to a door. As you open it up, you're going to see floor-to-ceiling metal bars divide this room into 2 large cells. A door of twisted iron bars provides access to each. There are doors to the east and to the north. There are no prisoners inside of these cells, and each is secured with a heavy latch. A metal plate with several small holes covers the latch from the outside. What do you do?
I have a really weird feeling about this. I'm gonna keep an eye out for any pressure plates or anything that are gonna like send me into that. I don't know. This seems suspicious, but I'm also not like familiar with any of those things, so I'm gonna kind of gently make my way to the door to the north.
Yeah, I'll
Make-
follow that.
Making your way to the door to the north. You are going to press up to it. Is everybody following Sindri?
Yeah, Lyric's holding back, kind of examining the doors to the little cells, but is in the room still.
Sure. Make me an investigation roll if you're looking into the cells.
"22."
All right. With a 22, you're going to see that the pens contain scraps of cloth and scratches on the walls. In common, one says, "Keep hope for Phandelver." One says, "3 monsters lead." Another says, "Terra, I always loved you." Sindri, do you open the door to the north?
Once everyone's there, yes.
Okay. So, as you go to look at it, you realize that you have no way of opening this door. You'll have to wait for someone else to look at it because of your crown.
Aha.
I'm behind him and
Sure.
come
Carmilla?
up behind him and probably take a look when he stops.
The door is going to open wide, and inside you are going to see stone slabs topped with skull clamps lining the walls of this gruesome sight. Each slab bears old stains of blood and ichor. A green and silver rift in time and space rolls against one wall. It roils there, showing narrow stone corridors beyond. In front of you, a mind flayer dissects a creature on one of the slabs, aided by 2 assistants. Each assistant is a hunched green creature with a single, enormous eye. Beneath it dangle tentacles. As you witness mind flayers that have been transformed into Nothics. I need an initiative roll right now.
Go.
What is the meaning of this?
The mind flayer says. Okay. Wow, I can't roll initiative to save their lives today. You open the door to this experiment chamber. And as you do, let's see. Nothing. Oop, there we go. Mind Flayer has balls initiative. Okay. And that's boop. And Nothics are better, though. Not very much better. All right, checking initiative right now. Top of it, we've got... Ooh, these dice are rolling pretty well for some of you. That's going to be Anthea with a dirty 20, followed by a 18 for Carmilla, followed by the Mind Flayer, followed by Lyric, followed by Sindri, Ella, and the Nothics, because I rolled a 7 and a 9. All right, top of the initiative, Anthea. Back further down the hallway, the door is going to swing open, and you're going to smell the acrid scent of reagents and gore.
Oh no. I'll rush up a little bit. When I can find my footing. Tick, 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 tick. Oh, that was squish ticking. Hold on. Okay, can I see anything from where I am?
From where you are, you can see one of these hunched over Nothics, bright green eye, cyclopean in the center of its forehead, tentacles reaching over its skeletal mouth.
Okay. Firebolt.
Sounds good. It'll have partial cover from the angle, but go ahead.
Okay. Oh yeah, that just adds to its AC, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Hacha! Wow, I rolled a 19, so that's a 28.
That definitely will hit still.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make me roll me damage.
Hacha! 15 fire damage, please.
Ooh, 15 fire damage is a wonderful hit against one of these Nothics. That is going to slam into it, burning it, taking away some of its tendrils that are dangling from its lips. It's going to let out a horrific scream, and
Squish.
yeah,
Go squish.
squish.
19 to hit.
19, the hit is going to hit. This thing is not particularly high armor class.
Cha. Sorry, what's our proficiency bonus now? 4? Yeah, 6 points of force damage.
6 points of force damage. Beautiful. This thing is going to reel backwards. Deeply wounded. I'd say this thing is pretty bloodied from that initial encounter with you. Carmilla, you're up.
I am going to step forward and just kind of dodge past Sindri, or sort of like run up the side of the wall over top of him, and run at this guy, the Nothic that was not hit by Anthea. I think I'm going to take 2 swings at it.
Swing bada.
That is going to be a 28.
Hit.
And a 14, and I do not have determination, so yeah, 14.
All right, the 14 is going to miss, but the other one is going to hit solidly.
Sorry, just deciding which of these things I want to do. Does anybody want to move up?
Sure.
Okay.
Saves me time from later.
I'll give a bit of a war cry that gives a little bit of inspiration to that other people are on board with the crusade, and gives Alessandra a little boost to get in a little early so you can move half your speed. And then the damage on that. Oh, that's pretty nice. That is 20.
That's a fantastic hit for that. You smash
I
into
maxed
it.
my damage. It's like the first time that's ever happened.
Beautiful. We love that here. All right, anything else on your turn?
Does it look?
It looks
Mucked up
pretty hurt by
much?
that.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. That's all. That's everything.
That's all? All right, sounds good. It is the Mind Flayer's turn. The Mind Flayer is going to turn around and say,
What blasphemy is this? You dare enter my chamber.
and let's go ahead and do a little Mind Blast. That is going to be a 60-foot cone, each creature in that area. So that's going, so it's going to move 5 feet and is going to go boop, boop, boop. Can hit everybody here. Oh, can I hit Lyric with that? Hold on, 1, 2, 3. I can hit Lyric with that just barely. Can I get I get the entire party and Squish to please do me a favor. Make me an intelligence saving throw. If you are immune to psychic damage, do not worry about this. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Actually, Lyric, don't worry about it. You're slightly outside of his range. It's
Is it
only 30
immune
feet.
or resistant to psychic damage, Kelly?
The crown?
Yeah.
Actually, sorry, Lyric. You are. I'm looking at the wrong thing. You are in its range.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Sorry. You have advantage. You have resistance to psychic damage. So, please, you have advantage on this save, though, Sindri.
All right.
All right. Let's go ahead. What did you get? Sindri.
16?
You're fine. Ella.
22.
22. Lyric.
And you said this was an intelligence save?
Intelligence saving throw.
I would sure love to spend my determination.
You may do so. What do you got?
Cool. So that would make that a 17.
All right. You're okay. Anthea.
19 for Anthea.
Perfect.
And 6 for Squish.
Oh, that's unfortunate for Squish. And Carmilla.
9.
Are you using Indomitable?
No.
Actually, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you roll this with advantage, please? Roll me one more die.
Oh. That's a 13.
Perfect. You are going to hear a high-pitched echoing noise inside of your mind as this blast strikes you, and you are going to close your eyes and feel something resonate among your belongings, but it's too sharp, it's too brief to really pick what it's coming from, but it's going to be like someone smashed a cymbal inside of your head. Squish is going to take 20 points of psychic damage. Or unless, is Squish immune to psychic damage?
No, he's immune to poison.
Ah, okay.
I mean, yeah.
And will be stunned for 1 minute.
I mean, he collapses.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
then
he's only got 14.
Definitely, oh, okay.
hit
Well, he's
points.
definitely stunned then. Okay. That is the Mind Flayer. But you know what I'm going to do? I am going to spend a Hurt Them More, and I am going to take a step forward and do a couple of attacks on Christa, or at least...
Boy.
Oh, I don't think I did it. He's going to come forward. He steps toward you with his tentacles lashing, and that is going to be a 19. I don't think that hits you. I think you have an AC of 20.
It does. It's 19.
Oh, is it 19? Okay.
Yeah, it's just 19.
You
will not
are
rally,
going
unfortunately.
to take 5 points of psychic damage as these tentacles lash out at you. Yeah, strangely...
Did I take damage on the first one?
You did not.
On this... Ooh.
You are grappled. I
Okay.
need you to make me another int save, please.
Oh boy. Oh, that's very, very cocked. That's worse. As a 6.
Okay, you are going to be stunned as these tentacles wrap around your throat, and it begins to strangle you. Lyric. I know, you're like, harder.
Shit's happening.
Shit is happening.
This is really concerning.
This is going differently than the last fight.
Yeah. Step 1. Let me double check the range of Bane.
I think you're-
Nope, not that one.
I think it's 30 feet. But it might be bigger.
30 feet. Cool. I'm going to use... Okay, that I can see. Well, that's a problem, because I can only see one creature.
You can rush into the room.
currently. I don't really want to walk past all of my allies that are currently acting as meat shields. Sorry. So let's instead cast blindness, deafness on the mind flayer.
Okay, which you can still see
Double
at this
check the
angle.
range of that, which I can see. It's a little far. I would have to take a step forward, or I can just use a sorcery point to cast it at distance spell, which doubles my range.
Do it. What's my save?
So I need a Constitution saving throw from it.
Oh, this is gonna be close. Constitution saving throw. That's a 15.
You would have needed a 17.
Okay. Blindness or deafness?
So-
Which way you picking?
I'm gonna blind it, I think.
Okay. Sounds good. Its eyes are going to cloud over white, I believe is what you like to do.
Probably. I mean, right now I just can't see. Yeah. I'm really hoping it doesn't have blind sense, but I wasn't thinking about it that hard. But yeah, it's blinded for 1 minute. That's not concentration, but it can take a Constitution saving throw at the end of each of its turns, and on a success, the spell ends. And lasts for a minute.
Sounds
and then I'm
good.
going to use my bonus action to give Bardic Inspiration to... Who needs it most? Doot, doot, doot. Carmilla, you're right in there. I'm going to give you Bardic Inspiration.
Thanks, Chip.
And that's my turn. I'm just going to stay... I'm actually going to take a 5-foot step back to be, like, a little bit even less in the way.
All right, sounds good. Ellasandra, it is your turn.
All right. I'm gonna run right through Sindri and in there. And
All
might
right.
as well attack this mind flayer.
Please do.
That is going to be an 18 and 26.
Those are 2 hits. Roll me damage.
Cool. And I might as well smite again. I'll just do it at 2nd level this time. So that is 1 extra. Not 1. Okay, so that is... Okay, so... 30 points of damage on hit 1.
Okay.
And trying to decide if I should. I'll smite at a 1st level on the 2nd hit. And 24 points on the other one.
24 points on the others. All right. You slash forward twice into this mind flayer, cutting it to the bone. It is still on its feet. It is shrieking in pain.
Good.
Anything else on your turn?
I guess I might as well bonus action, Tunnel Fighter Stance.
Sounds good. Also, I was very bad and I skipped Sindri. So Sindri's actually before Ella. Sindri up.
Oh,
You know what? You lined it up for me. So Sindri is going to where am I? Just
do the kill steal.
yeah, absolutely. Line it up and go for the swing. Blinded, so it gets an advantage against the mind flare.
Oh, absolutely. You would have had advantage as well, Ella, because it was blinded.
Can I
Oh, well.
roll my 2 dice and see if I get a crit?
Yeah, no, because I skipped Sindri.
Aw.
You can for fun. What'd you have?
First,
What'd you get? First one?
First one's a 27 to hit.
That is a hit.
That's going to be 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Then there is a 26 to hit. So that's another 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, this thing is reeling, holding on to Carmilla's head.
Flurry of blows. Let's go first attack. And that's a crit. So
Oh. Okay.
Advantage to Carmilla.
All right, how do you do it?
All right. Just gonna grab the tentacle that's holding onto Carmilla, and since I know one thing that works really well, just like shove my hand into its skull and rip through, and just throw it on the floor.
Perfect. I was about to eat her brain, so that was a good time.
And then I'm going to look at the Nothic beside me, and then just try and drop kick it.
Sounds good.
I don't get advantage because it's just
It's just a Nothic.
Yeah. But I will roll a 19 to hit it.
19 to hit it. We'll hit it.
And I'm going to do 10 points of bludgeoning damage and use Stunning Strike on it.
Okay.
So a con save.
That's a 2. It is stunned.
Yeah. So I'm going to kick it square in its eye.
Okay.
Just like boot.
It's going to hold its eye and then freeze in place. That's going to eat its turn. One moment, please. Anything else on your turn?
That's all my actions.
Okay. So that Nothic is absolutely frozen by your stunning strike. The other Nothic is going to take a look at this and is going to use the disengage action, run away to the corner of the room, and hold its hands up. Go. It speaks in Undercommon. Does anyone here speak Undercommon?
Still no.
Still no. It's going to make the look of surrendering. Top of the initiative, Anthea.
Oh, well, it's running somewhere, and I
There's still...
don't think I can see it.
Nope.
Alright, I'm gonna run in.
There's still one Nothic, and he is stunned.
And he is stunned. Okay, a firebolt. Let's go.
Okay. Go ahead.
18 to hit.
18 to hit is going to hit.
Okay. That's 15 fire damage.
15 fire damage.
Mhm.
That is beautiful. Can you tell me how you do it?
Probably straighten his big eyeball.
All right, its eyeball is going to pop, and it is going to fall
Oh.
to the ground,
Gross.
dead. All right, do you do anything else?
No. No. I
Okay.
don't. I have bonus actions, but I don't want to use it right now.
All right, sounds good. Carmilla, you're up.
Is it not dead?
The one in the corner that has ran away is not dead. It is holding its hands up in surrender.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was the one.
No,
that,
no, no. The stunned one's dead.
you got. I think Carmilla is a little out of it, having part of her brain almost sucked out.
Mhm.
I think in doing so, she's sort of looking a little hazy, and her eyes are going a little bit dark, and she just turns and very slowly walks towards this thing with her fangs bared and grabs it by the eyeball and bites it.
Okay, make me an attack roll. Let's get some blood back.
I'm going to use my bardic.
Okay.
That is going to be a... Already use my con.
What'd you get on the bardic?
I got a 4 on the bardic.
Okay, that's going to
That makes it-
explode, dealing 4 points of damage to it.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's 15.
15?
Does that hit?
A 15 absolutely hits. Roll me damage.
Huzzah! I do a d4. And that is... What do I get? Plus, sorry. Yeah... A D... Okay, so it's just d4.
Actually,
So
Carmilla,
yes.
you're going to regain 21 hit points.
Oh Jesus. Actually, was I? No, I was giving bardic, not this. Yeah, it's fine. Yes. Okay. She glows for a second. Is this thing dead?
Yes, here's what's going to happen.
Okay.
You're going to walk up. You're going to feel this bloodlust overpower you. You are going to bite. You said into the side of its eye.
I'm gonna grab it by its eye and then like bite into, like pull it towards me by the bulb.
Okay. There is a crunching noise inside of the room, like someone cracking open the side of a walnut. Blood spews onto the wall, green ichor. The eyeball rends out, pulled out by the stalk in Carmilla's hand. Carmilla, you drink. And as you do, you feel your jaw reflexively tense and bite again and again until something else, something with a fishy, oily, sardinish taste, fills your mouth. As you all watch, the Nothic is going to fall to the ground, the back of its neck and lower skull completely bitten away. A hollow cavity where its brain once was. Carmilla, you are going to gain some knowledge. Can you make me an intelligence roll? I want to see how well you can process this.
Now I do get a bonus to my next ability roll when I eat. I have forgotten this part, but I
You
rolled a 2,
absolutely
so
may.
I'm going to add that, not add 21.
Okay.
That is, sorry, what was it, an intelligence check?
Intelligence check.
That is a 19.
Beautiful. Memories, thoughts. So much more is going to flash by your brain. Your mind is going to be filled with memories of the invasion. Hundreds of years ago, that took down Talhundereth, that took down Gibbet Crossing, that reigned across Phandelver. And then the failure. Being forced down into this hole. Being forced to serve this elder brain. The elder brain became so deluded. It couldn't imagine why it failed. It became obsessed, and one after another, its obsession drove these mind flayers into equal obsession, corrupted. Some of them fell and became Nothics, while others sought external validation. The one that you look down on right now, the dead one, the dead mind flayer that was experimenting, Ahu Shathan, was a prophet. Ahu Shathan knows many secrets, and you know some of them. You know that inside of Illithinoch there are 3 portals. And inside of each of these portals is a rune that anchors them. The 3 prophets, the 3 true prophets of the one above the Elder Brain, the one above all. They're creating a ritual. They've gone to the far realm, but to hold that portal open, to make that portal stable, they borrowed the energy from 3 sub-realms, the portals of which are in Illithinoch. To access where they have gone, you must go into each of these portals, retrieve an item, what you're not sure, and use them to open the final key. You will also know a couple of things. For one, you will know the entire layout of Illithinoch. And you will know that the Elder Brain is sick. Not quite dying, but feeble, going senile. And you know that the three above all others, whose names will echo through your mind: Chisinix, Hashutu, and Voalsh. Their betrayal is great, for they have chosen to serve someone besides the Elder Brain. They plan to not only bring about a Mind Flayer empire again, but from the far realm, they are going to call down the one above all, back into the material realm. You're going to gain all of this knowledge. What do? Everyone, you're going to turn around seeing a bit of brainy gristle along Carmilla's lovely lips.
I think she kind of stumbles back against the table next to her and kind of comprehends for a while.
Are you feeling quite all right?
Yes, there's so many things. And does anyone have a paper and a quill?
I do. She'll trot over and hand you some paper from a notebook. So basically just an open notebook and a quill.
She's
It's
gonna
all
do her
things.
best. Oh, she's gonna do her best to sketch out the layout as well as she could.
Okay.
You're not still feeling peckish, are you?
Oh, you still got a bit of
There
brain.
are-
Sindri's going to casually just kind of
There you
pace
go.
behind
Small
Alessandra.
napkin.
Just
Handkerchief.
kind of slide behind her a little bit just to put something between Carmilla and himself.
Amazing. I think she's gonna stare at this and draw as best she can, and go through it and and awkwardly look over her shoulder at the Mind Flayer, and I think it gave almost as much as it gave much more than it took, and I'm afraid it'll go away, but I've seen the layout. I know how to get around here, and more importantly, it told me about the portals. There are 3 traitor Mind Flayers that are going against the Elder Brain. It is sick. They are rising above it, but have a same drive to become some kind of gods or bring down a god of some kind, and they have made their way into 3 realms that are powering this ritual. The stones mean nothing. They are nothing in compared to the power that they are bringing out of these realms, and I would venture to guess that that is entrance to one of them.
The glowing green light, yes. With the corridor be through it.
Wow.
That definitely looks like a portal.
I was not ready for this knowledge drop.
Tell me about it.
Neither was I.
Yeah. You
Um,
feeling okay?
Her forehead
think
is
so.
strangely hot.
Oh, you're
Looks
not
like
okay.
It's a brain, so I think no, possibly not.
Well,
Last
I
I checked,
mean,
it was just blood.
Carmilla bites things, right?
So we
I
have
don't
to go through
know.
the portals to stop the thing that they're doing.
Hmm.
I suppose so.
And then we'll kill the other brain?
Do you
I
know
believe that's
what-
I believe the Elder Brain's the least of our worries. These
Oh,
other
great.
Mind Flayers seem to be stronger, and they are bringing about something much worse.
All right.
I guess it doesn't really change our plan, does it?
No, not really. It's all still doom and gloom.
But it's good to know. She's gonna start like rip out a piece of the paper from the book and like start, not the one you're drawing on, but start folding a paper fan and just kind of fan you with it. It's kind of
Lyric's
Yeah.
starting to write her own notes down in her own notebook.
good idea.
Um,
Then we
they're
can
not
compare.
particularly helpful notes, but
Oh, rats.
yeah.
That's okay. We can still compare.
We still have the advantage of surprise. We should use it while we have it.
Mhm.
Agreed.
You don't happen to know what exactly we're looking for inside these portals?
There's an anchor of some kind. Did I have an idea of what they were?
Not off of the Nothic. The Nothic doesn't
Okay.
know, but then again, the Mind Flayer might.
Carmilla, why are you looking at the mind flayer like that?
It is just when something touches your mind like that, it is unnerving. We should go. Here. She'll she'll dry the paper and roll it up and hand it to Anthea.
Oh, thank you.
God damn
Alright.
it.
Where are you headed?
I think Carmilla's gonna walk up to the portal and look back and see if anyone else is coming.
Right behind you.
And
Lyric's casting intellect fortress on
Alessandra.
herself.
All right. Casting
I
intellect.
just imagine
Fortress.
like Ella standing in the middle, Carmilla walking this way, and Sindri just kind of like walking around to keep Alessandra in between them.
Oh, I thought he'd just like grab Allisandra and be like, right behind you. Whoop.
Nah, I know Ellasandra will be taking that space before I need to, so
Fair enough.
I'm good here.
Yeah,
All
Ella
right.
might want to wait till like Carmel's brushed her teeth a few times before they get too
Blech.
close, but
Ew, green breath.
I threw up.
Oh, God.
I threw up.
God. All right. So with that, you step to the edge of the green
Sorry, quick
Go ahead.
question.
Quick answer.
In the sort of like trying to get the taste of brain out of her mouth, there wasn't any goo left on her fingers from the brain statue,
Not-
were there?
portal. Not enough to.
Whew, okay.
No.
Have some coffee?
But you know who did have some?
Lyric's endless canister of endless coffee.
Perfect. All right.
Anthea grabs it and swaps it so that she drinks the goo.
You gonna drink the goo? Okay. Perfect. All right. So with that, you take a step toward the portal and then through it, which is where we're gonna pick up right after this break. Don't go anywhere, folks.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the part of the program where we talk to the chat like Lyric. Cool Whip.
Now this is the part of the game where you decide to make a mockery of me. Thanks for that.
Oh, it's just because you're so cool. I gotta keep
I
you down to
don't
earth.
do accent work, friendo.
No,
I'm gonna be
but the-
self-conscious here.
no.
Hey, if
I
it
like
makes
lyric.
you feel... if it
Kelly
makes
always
you
starts
feel
out
better-
like this and slowly gets better and better and better as he goes. He always starts
find-
out as Stewie Griffin first.
I
and
always
then
find
becomes
lyrics.
you.
I find lyrics accent really hard to do. So it's not you. It is
Fine.
literally me. Eventually,
know, I'm
I
giving
get
you-
into
I'm just giving
Lyric's
you
voice,
shit.
and I get Lyric is very. Oh, I suppose I
that's odd.
could light that on fire. Right, like I have to start thinking in a
it's
really
more
weird.
about the like intonation and the speed and the choppiness than an actual
Oh.
accent.
Yeah.
That's a little harder for
But
me.
it is
Whereas
a little
just
bit of one.
a
Sort
little bit of
a-
one.
Just a hint.
I'm just gonna Amy. You just can't miss
Mostly
any
it's
more
just-
games. Then I'll just never have to learn the voice.
No, now you have to learn it. Come on.
No, I have to. If I learn it,
No.
I get to pick your next level. I'm gonna take a level in
No.
Barbarian for you.
Do you
But
really
I-
want the barbarian sorcerer? Like,
No.
I mean, kind of, yes.
Yeah, a little bit.
I would like
just,
to see Lyric rage a little bit.
I'm
Is it-
very
I'm just-
angry.
it's my final straw, I think, and you've just crossed it.
Oh, wow. So I am very, very happy with the way things went, though, because I'm gonna just tell you guys honestly, like out of character, mild spoilers for the book that will not spoil the plot going forward. If you have watched this point in the episode, the way that they revealed there's a big bad evil thing in this book is not my favorite. It kind of comes out of left field, and after you're dealing with the whole like there's a ritual to turn everyone into mind flayers. And then it's like, also, there's a big bad evil guy. And you're like, yeah, I guess. Like, sure. You know? But, like, being able to give it to Christa and have them kind of spit it into, yeah, and that's the least of our worries, right? Was like, perfect. Perfect. Good. Way to spin it like this is, like it was written to be important. Also, it's real funny. And I love that we have a Dampier and we love that you have this Far Realm stuff. Because, seriously, the way it's supposed to go is you go in. So first room, you go in, and if you tell the guys like they turn and they're like, "Hey, are you worshippers of Ilavash or Ivalash?" And you're like, oh, "Yeah," and you're like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Okay, go to the right." And then you go into a room and you learn some stuff. You bypass that, and then you went past the next room where someone could tell you stuff, and then you went past the next room, and then you went into this room and murdered them because the guy was supposed to, like, the prophet is supposed to be able to give up. And he's like, he'll tell you a bunch of stuff because he's like, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. My life's more important. And then you kill him. So I'm like, I guess the Nothics would know something.
No
But I
mercy
just-
for aberrations.
No mercy for aberrations. I just love it. I love it. Also,
You know,
I want to...
Alessandra, you're a little bit intense these days.
I mean, only because we're now encountering aberrations.
It's great. A big thank you for Silencio Steve, by the way, for all the subs that you've dropped here in Twitch. That's really lovely. Also, just so I have it in my quick notes for no important reason, Lyric.
What do you need?
What's the name of your contact again? Can you put that in the chat?
Oh, one sec.
Because it's in my notes somewhere, but it's not even in your wiki. I'm trying to
Oh,
update it.
I didn't update the wiki. I
I
leave that to
know.
other people.
It's not Gork, right?
No.
Gork the Goblin. All right, folks, we're going to be heading back in just 1 minute. Before we do, though, I wanted to just say thank you all for watching Phandelver Below. This is episode 35. We have been running for about 1 year exactly today. And this has been a long-ass module because of various life things. We had to take some time off. We had to do some stuff. And it's been a lot. I want to thank you all for sticking with us over this. I also want to let you know that this weekend is going to be the ending of Dreams of Arcos, our homebrew game that runs on Sunday. It is going to be reaching its ultimate episode. There might be an epilogue, but probably I think we can get everything done this weekend. So definitely come and watch it on Sunday. It'd be great to have everybody there, even if you don't understand the plot. Next weekend, on October 6th, God, it's already October, we are going to be starting a 3-episode run of Deviant the Renegades, which is going to be great. It's going to be taken over on Sundays for 3 weeks in a row. Then I have a bunch of Sundays off, which is going to be lovely. But at the end of November, we have a new homebrew game that is going live called Cold Iron. You might have seen it in the opening sequence on Twitch. That game is going to be a homebrew D&D game set in the world of Elos. I've been working on this for about 2 years now. It was supposed to start last year, but then we got too busy because of Phandelver, and I had to postpone it. But now the Phandelver is going to be wrapping before November, hopefully. I am very excited to run this because it is a Wild West-inspired game that is going to take place. It is going to be the most advanced plot-line-wise game that we've ever had for our homebrew world. So it is the most modern of them all, which is going to be really great. It's going to be super cool. I'm very, very excited. And on Wednesday this week, I'll be doing World Building Wednesday to help flesh out the continent of Drace, which is where it is all set. Hopefully it will be really good. I have to do a bunch of mechanics and stuff. Caitlan, please look at the subclass that I wrote for you and make sure that it seems balanced, and show it to Chris as well.
Okay.
Because he has a really good eye for that. Besides that, the last thing that I want to say is that I love you all, and I've announced this on a bunch of other places, but next year is going to be a very light year for D&D comparatively. Wizards of the Coast is not releasing very many modules, so we're not going to be running any new ones as far as I can tell in 2024. We're just going to be wrapping the ones we have. We might be running an additional one later in the year from the Wizards modules, that is. Who knows what else we'll run. But we might go back and revisit an old module if there is significant interest for like Waterdeep Dragon Heist or something like that. If the Patreon interest is good enough, or we get enough subs. We are going to be running a ton of new World of Darkness games next year, including 3 new Mage the Ascension games, which I'm very excited about. We also are going to be wrapping up Old Gods of Appalachia and Hunter the Vigil, and are going to be starting with a monthly series of Fallout. Blade Runner is coming to our Patreon, and a bunch of other stuff. It is going to be a lot of fun, and I hope you stick with us for a fantastic year that might even have some non-D&D related fantasy for all of you people who love D20s, but aren't really liking some of the stuff with Wizards of the Coast. But with that, does anybody have any questions, comments, or concerns before we hop back in?
Many concerns.
Many
but-
concerns.
Yeah, many concerns. I put the thing you asked for in the chat.
I got
finally
it. Thank
found
you
it. It took
so
way too long.
much. All right, so without further ado, let us head back into Phandelver and below the Shattered Obelisk here on Dork Tales. Hello and welcome back to Phandelver and below the Shattered Obelisk. Let's continue. You make your way through the portal. There's a spinning, gut-wrenching feeling inside of you as you transport yourself. And soon, you find yourself in a room made of stone. The walls are moist and covered in hundreds of staring eyes that twitch and blink at you. 2 corridors lead from this room in opposite direction. To the left and the right. What do you do?
Well, spooky eyes aside. Left?
Left? As you take a step to the left, Lyric, all of the eyes in unison turn and look at you.
Alright, I don't like that. At least it's just eyes and not ears. So at least they'll see us coming, if it's all connected. But actually, no, there's no good part of this.
Is there anyone they're not looking at?
Is anyone standing completely still?
I don't think Anthea ever stands completely still.
Lyric is the only one that made a move. As soon as Lyric took a step, they all looked at them specifically.
Let's get going.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we don't want to overstay our welcome.
All right. Do you head to the left? The eyes watch you as you go. The corridor turns right at a right angle, and then, again, stretches up, forming another right angle that branches into a northern and southern passage.
Left.
Left. Right. It banks around, right angle, forming kind of a zigzag into a southern passageway that leads from east to west. You make your way through the corridor, eventually coming to a break where there's a room off to the right. 10 stone rods protrude from the back of this dead-end room. One ends in a cup the size of an eyeball, while all the others have jagged ends. The stone floor beneath the rods is stained a sickly pink color.
Ew.
Looking up.
Suppose make a note about it and figure out what's supposed to go in that.
Why is it an eyewash cup?
It basically looks like an eyewash cup. It is actually, and it's sticking out of the wall about eye height. I'd say about 4.5 feet off the ground.
I don't like this.
Are there still eyes on the walls as we're continuing?
As you step into this room, no.
Yeah, but in the hallway outside.
In the hallway,
right?
yes.
I'm going to try something gross. Lyric's gonna go try and grab one.
All
She's
right.
gonna put a cloth over her hand first. See if she can just pluck it off to see if they're, how do you clean these things?
I have
You
my
reach-
handkerchief. Sorry.
Oh, thank you.
You're
That's
welcome.
beautiful. You reach up to the wall, and as you pluck one of the eyes, it is going to flicker in your hand like a butterfly dying. And as you pull the cloth away, the eyeball and all remnants of it have vanished. The wall blinks shut, and that patch of wall no longer has eyes.
That's concerning. Did any of you else see that?
Yes. Patch of
And
wall?
so there's no
About this big.
eyeball in my
About
hand.
the size of a basketball completely goes, all the eyeballs just blink shut.
Oh, all of them. Wow.
Yeah.
Huh. And there's nothing in my hand. It did not.
There's nothing in your hand. Well, actually, you'll find that the cloth is moist.
Ew. Prestidigitation. Your own Thea. You can have this back.
Oh, thank you for cleaning it first.
I'm
Can
coughing
I
like a
investigate
monster.
the eye cup?
Absolutely. Make me an investigation roll.
That is not awful. That's a 18.
An 18? As you approach it, you can see that there is viscous pink slime pooled beneath the entirety of the wall. Here, it's looking down, it looks like cerebral fluid coating the floor. It's weeping off of the walls here. The cup itself appears to be completely intact. It looks to you vaguely like an eyeglass, like a spyglass. Yeah, like you could put your eye right up to it and look through.
What do these other spikes look like? Are they just spikes out of the wall?
They are
All
just spikes. You
perpendicular?
probably do not want to put your eye up against those.
Fair. Okay.
Well,
Carmilla's
actually,
gonna turn
let me
around.
let me
Oh,
let me
sorry, go ahead.
rephrase. So they are spiky, but it looks like these were other viewing rods, other cups that had been smashed away with time. So they're actually irregularly broken.
Interesting.
Like only one
Can-
of them survived a temper tantrum.
Oh, interesting.
Is it stuck in place, that one?
It is
I'll
fixed.
I'll wiggle it, the eyepiece
It
a
is
little bit.
sturdy.
Okay.
Is that how they took off all the eyes on the wall?
Probably.
Yikes.
Perhaps. Carmilla is going to. I'd like you to know that Christa was thinking Alessandra should do this because she's got spares.
I was also thinking that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got a couple spares.
Yeah, Carmilla's gonna. Are you gonna? Would Alessandra?
If you start leaning
reference that?
forward, Ella's gonna call Carmilla. What are you doing? You've only got 2.
I was.
What if it takes 1? I've got 4.
That's a very good point.
It
That is
is.
many eyeballs.
A concerning number of eyeballs, really.
She'll sort of take a step back and
Yes,
gesture.
Can Alessandra kind of see out of the 2 side ones?
Yes, you can.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a
that's
little
right.
hazy, like there's like tears across them. But yeah, you can.
It's fucking weird when she tries to fight. I'm sure. All this extra view that she's not used to.
Mm-hmm.
She will kind of have a look at this thing. I'd like to investigate as well and see if that seems like what we're supposed to, what we might need to do.
Sure, make me an investigation roll.
That is 17.
You absolutely, like, this is what it is for. You were supposed to be putting your eye up to this thing, you're pretty sure. Now, whether or not you are supposed to, that is a question that only you can answer.
But that seems like the only thing we can like, kind of
Yes.
try out in this room to maybe get
In this
a
room,
clue
yes.
of
You
some
could
sort.
continue onward easily, but
Actually, I think that's what she'll suggest is why don't we check and see where this goes, and if we can't find anything, then we'll try this as a last resort to see if it shows us anything.
That makes sense.
Just in case it is what's taking eyeballs out and putting them on the wall. As much as I have spares, that sounds painful.
That is sort of what I originally thought it might be. I think Lyric's looking at the eyes on the wall suspiciously and would love
strangely,
to
they're
actually
looking
just
at you
cast, like-
too.
Yeah, I know. The ones that looking at her the straight like most, she's gonna cast is it poison spray on?
They're going to
Yeah,
all
poison
just
spray.
shut reflexively. An entire stretch of wall is going to shut and vanish.
Much better.
Wow.
It's
she's
Sindri.
gonna pat where they used to be.
Yes.
It's blank, slimy wall. And
Ugh.
Anthea, as you touch the walls, it's like they're coated in tears.
Ugh.
In fact, you can smell a slight bit of saltiness.
Sindri, do you have an eyeglass?
No, unfortunately. I didn't have time to grab them before I left. Good idea though. Double check character sheets.
Oh,
yeah, I was gonna say.
What did you need exactly? What out of curiosity?
Now I'm talking like you all
An
of a sudden.
eyeglass. So, how expensive would that be? Like 100 and something gold just for like an eyeglass? 200?
Spy glasses are pretty
They're really expensive, but
Yeah, but
Who
like
knows?
a basic one that doesn't quite do the full
like a
job.
cardboard tube with a piece of tape.
Like a knockoff, like a.
Can I have a paper towel tube?
Yes, absolutely.
Lyra can use. I mean, honestly, what do
You're
you
a
want?
fighter.
I have Song of Creation. That's what I'm for.
It's 1,000 gold pieces for a spy
yeah,
glass.
for one that actually works properly. But a dummy prop one that doesn't.
I'll give
have
you a
the full
kaleidoscope.
mechanism?
Beautiful kaleidoscope with the end broken.
Like, I'm pretty sure I can get like the general shape of it, even if it's not quite right.
I want a tube with some glass in it.
You want a tube with a
Sure.
glass in it? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'll just like play a little, and then it'll just like pop into existence, like on the ground in front of them.
I'll allow it. Sure, let's do it.
It glows faintly, and if you touch it, it has a faint melody that you can hear.
All right.
It
She's
won't
gonna go
actually
up.
give you a proper like vision thing, though. I don't know how to do that.
I think I just want to focus that, just see if we can see anything to give us a hint of what this is. She's gonna take the immovable rod and sort of like set it parallel against. So if the eyepiece is here, the parallel rod is here, or the immovable rod's here, and then the tube is right here to just line it up really, really well so that she can't like wiggle it.
Okay.
And that she doesn't actually accidentally break anything. And she's just gonna kind of set it and then slide it along and just try to, without touching the cup, see if she can see anything through it.
But you're going to look into the hole.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Can you do me a favor? I need you to make me a saving throw. Intelligence, please.
Oh, no. Oh, that's good. That's a dirty 20.
Thank fuck. So, you look through it, thinking of your very clever, kaleidoscopic detour. And as you do, suddenly your mind is assaulted by a mind-shattering view. You are pulled. You are pulled into the pool. A pool not unlike that an elder brain would be in, but this one births something far darker, far worse. You look into the depths of the pool that birthed the thing that those 3 mind flayers are worshipping. You look into the depths of a miles-deep, briny pool. And as you look into it, you are going to see the horrors that it had birthed. Down into the briny pool, you will look, and there will be an endless void awaiting you. Inside of it, you will see the curling of purple worms, the wrapping, creeping dead, illithids by the 1,000, all skeletal, their tentacles somehow still preserved in the briny liquid. And for just a moment, at the bottom of that endless void, you will see the deepest place in the far realm. And as you do, you will get a brief glimpse of a creature unlike which you have ever seen. It is a brief moment. It looks like, almost like a cuttlefish in many ways. It has glazed over eyes, 3 of them. Its head roughly shaped like an illithid's, but instead of the normal illithid mouth, you see the ringed, toothed mouth of a cuttlefish with dozens of purple tentacles reaching out of it. The rest of its body is tentacled. But as you look at this creature, you are going to recognize it as what it is. You are looking at a fetal godling. A name echoes through the brain that you consumed. Ilva. You are incredibly lucky, by the way, because looking upon this is a DC 18 Feeble Mind spell. Would have reduced your charisma, intelligence, and wisdom to 1.
See, this is why I didn't use my friggin' Indomitable, because I knew shit like this was gonna come around.
You manage to steel yourself and pull yourself back from it, and as you do, there is a lump in your stomach like you swallowed a hot coal.
I think she's just gibbering in Celestial, probably, and just like prayers to other gods for their help as she sort of hits the ground and drags herself backwards until she hits the wall or someone else.
And Christa, can you just check chat real quick? There you go. That is what you saw.
Are we allowed to look?
Yes, you may.
No. Yes, you may. Do you want to? No.
That was a mistake.
Yeah.
Did the kaleidoscope help, or the
kaleidoscope
Tube
did
help?
not help at all. You know what? There's sparkles around this thing.
You just see 9 of them, and you just
Oh gosh. Look, see, I hesitate to say this, but perhaps before you go and do anything that might be risking your brain, you could perhaps let me know so I can give you a little bit of a boost. Or something.
I will.
Just a bit of warning. I wasn't entirely
will
sure what you were
endeavor in
about to
the
do,
future.
but okay,
I
sure.
did not
Just-
anticipate that this strange hole in the wall would be looking upon a chaotic godling.
I don't like any of those words you just said.
No,
In any of your readings,
not a good
at
time.
many of you are studied, many of you are worldly. Have any of you heard
sort of.
the name Ilvash?
I have a feeling this is the first time Lyric has heard it, even though it's popped up several times in the game so far. Because, you know...
Yeah, I don't think we've
protection
heard
against
it.
Telepathy.
It has been said a couple times. Actually, it has.
Okay.
But it's
Oh.
been one and done.
Okay. This is Ilvash that people are speaking of. This is what they are worshipping. This is the thing that they are trying to bring about and birth.
Oh. Can I do a history, arcana, any sort
You can
of
make me a
check? Does this
religion
ring
roll.
Any bells? Religion? I don't know. Okay, let me try.
12?
12? You never heard of it.
Nope.
I shall
think-
roll these spooky eyeball
That
dice.
description.
Seems fitting for this. 14.
You've never heard of anything like that. The only Illithid god that you have ever heard of is what's its name? You remember, right?
Oh, it's just at the tip of my tongue.
Ilsenine?
Yeah, that's the one.
Ilsensine?
Ilsensinine. Yeah, I believe.
Got a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. This doesn't make any sense to you with a dirty 20. You are really sure. Well, with a dirty 20, I will give you this. There is no other Illithid god. There shouldn't be. The
They've
Illithid
been
god
branching out.
is Ilsensinine, the Great Brain.
Oh God, did it have a baby?
Did it have a baby? Is the question that you absolutely are going to ask with a nat 20 or with a
What did you
a dirty
just
20.
say?
I think that god had a baby.
Oh, it's a brain.
Don't know. What's a brain god?
I don't know. How does a
They're
brain
limited.
screw?
I don't know. Maybe it just
Well,
willed it into being.
Yeah,
it willed
do
itself.
gods have babies the way that we would have babies?
I don't
Or
know.
do
It's
they
Get
separation.
back to the
kind of
material plane.
create
Can we get through this
It's a
and
weird, disgusting,
go?
awful thing that shouldn't exist and should be destroyed upon it finding.
Can we have this conversation elsewhere? I don't want to be here.
We can walk and
Agreed.
talk.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm.
Shudder. Full body.
Sindri will like pass Carmilla like a flask of rum that he has like squirreled away and just
She will take a huge swig of it.
yep. Look at it. Pass it around.
Nice. What are you taking a swig of?
Oh, rum.
Wrong.
Okay. I was thinking it was the goo.
Brain goo. Yeah.
No. Sindri has like
No,
self-preservation.
thank you. Let's not enable the brain goo.
Carmilla will grab her immovable rock.
So the one other thing that I will give you, Christine, this thing is in the far realm right now. Ilsensinine is not usually or always in the far realm. In fact, as recently as the time of troubles, or as recently as the time of troubles, it has been manifesting in the outside world. So you don't think this is the same god. This is something else. This is from its home plane of existence, though, where Ilsensinine was originally, I don't know if you could say birthed, but came into being. Yes, Chris.
Awful.
Why is the Illithinic god in the mortal plane? I don't like that. Put it back.
It's
Why
trying
are
to go
any
back.
of them?
I mean,
I'd like to return to Cinder, please, and thank you.
Sindri has no idea. Chris is very curious.
Learn them all.
Okay. Where are you headed now? Are you continuing onward into the dungeon?
Yeah.
Perfect. We love to hear it.
I still
You continue
think we could just
northward.
go home.
You can just go home, yeah. And we'll find that you come to a blank wall. The corridor continues up and around at an angle until you come to a wall that ends in a massive curved blank space. Here, you can see the side of this, well, the central part of this labyrinth is a giant rolling eye. It's a stone orb carved like an eye, complete with capillaries.
They're pretty detailed. This is really like worshipping the
Touch
eyeball.
it.
You immediately are going to flash back to the crypt of the Talhund.
Oh. Pull the lever.
Yeah, where is the lever?
Wrong lever.
Well, I didn't pull a lever yet. Okay. Well, is this part of what you were drawing, Carmilla? Or is this a different area?
It's a different area. We're down the hall.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
I also thought that. Then I was like, oh no, wait, we're elsewhere.
Sorry, my brain is melting.
Tell me about it.
I guess that looks like where we came from. So should we go the other way and see if we can find a trigger of some sort?
Yeah,
Be
keep this in mind.
Following the left.
Hasn't steered us wrong yet, I don't think.
Well,
I don't think so.
looking at it, you think that, I mean, it's not fixed to the wall. There's a slight gap. Does anyone want to touch it?
Absolutely not.
Oh, I had patted it.
Oh, sure. It's slimy to the touch, Anthea.
Oh,
Very heavy. But you think that with some work, you think this thing rolls.
oh, it's kind of slimy. It might just like, I mean, I'm very weak and very small, but it might just like roll.
All
With,
right.
like a kind of pushing motion.
Ella will walk up and try and shove it.
Okay.
Ew.
Are you now? The way it's going to roll is it rolls along a horizontal axis.
Okay.
Okay. So you can roll it to the left or to the right.
Guess to the left.
So clockwise or counterclockwise, I guess is what I should say from an overhead perspective.
Clockwise.
Okay, so rolling it clockwise, eventually
So I think if you're standing there and you're pushing to the left, that would be clockwise.
Eventually, you are going to, and it's not going to show up on the map for viewers. If you're listening by podcast later, I'll try to make it make more sense to you. You are going to continue rolling it until the passageway that opens in front of you is going to be basically the shape of a Y. A straight passage, roughly, that kind of dips down a little bit and connects on the opposite side of the eye, directly in front of you, going from east to west, and then a tunnel facing south.
Scope it out and see where it goes and see if it's...
And might I say, I'm really upset that Roll20 didn't just make a frickin' like icon of this that could be rotated.
You would
In
think
fact-
with how many we've come across,
In
they
fact,
would
give me
do
one
something
sec.
like
I'm
this.
just gonna frickin' so that is what you are going to see ahead of you. The tunnel goes down to the right.
So I would guess as we did it, we would have encountered that first little loop tunnel and realized it went nowhere. Right?
Yes,
Yeah, I
it looks
think
like
so.
yeah, the other side looks like it just connects, but the southern tunnel looks like it goes somewhere.
Okay. So I guess
Yeah.
let's check that out.
All right.
So I'm guessing we like, so just to make sure I understand, it's like we went all the way through, follow the left because that's what we do. Then we loop around the other part and go like, oh, that takes us back to the beginning kind of thing.
Yeah.
Go, well, that's nowhere.
So
okay.
can I get an investigation roll or yeah, investigation roll or just an
Okay.
int check?
Not for me.
That would be a dirty 20.
Well, I'm a halfling, so let's try this again. I'm supposed to be really good at investigation. Come
Honestly,
on,
you're
man.
making me
Oh
really
my
tempted to
God.
play a halfling. I'm just gonna
Well,
say.
I rolled a 5, so I got a 14. Gosh,
All right.
jeepers.
So, 14. Anybody who's good at puzzles.
Yeah.
I got a 16 for
Okay.
investigation.
In order
I
to
got a
reach
dirty
the
20.
nice. So anybody who got a 14 or higher, someone is going to have to stay behind to rotate this.
Oh.
I have an argument.
I also have an argument because I think I figured out how to do this.
Okay.
Okay, but mine's, I guarantee you mine's stupider.
Okay.
I would like to push, once everyone's in, push it just slightly so there's still like a little bit of a gap to get through.
Okay.
So that there's like a little bit of wall. And then I would like to stand on the wall and push it around.
Incredible with your spider wall climb.
Just walk the walls.
Just walk the walls and push it as
And
I
push
go
the
because I
wall
have
on the
I
inside of the
ostensibly
ring.
have grip. Now please feel free, you can argue the walls are too slippery, but if the walls are not slippery enough to grip to spin, I would argue they're not slippery enough for me to not be able to walk and push. It's very stupid. Feel free to tell
You
me it
know what?
doesn't work for any reason.
Maybe it'll work. Just maybe check out that southern passage first and then do it.
Absolutely perfect.
All right.
Right, because
To the
it
southern
spins
passage.
horizontal. What?
You just- It's
Okay.
just a sideways hamster wheel.
Yeah, it's a sideways
Yeah, I
hamster
see
wheel. There we
that.
go.
Oh my god.
What's a hamster
You can
wheel?
you don't even actually have to be up on the wall. You can be lying on the floor doing it.
I don't think you'd have quite enough grip then.
Yeah, I think if you were a normal person laying on the floor pushing, I don't think you'd have enough grip. But because I magically have
You're
full,
magically
spider
magically you're
climb
delicious.
bullshit.
Yeah.
like, exactly,
My
yeah.
god.
Well, because I mean, you could brace your back against it and just push with your feet, like
You know
were
what?
doing, like a.
I
almost
think
like
this
press.
is. I dislike this this puzzle, so I'm gonna say this works. I'm gonna say I don't like this because
Don't get me wrong, love a puzzle that makes you split the party, but also like fuck that.
we got places to be.
What is D&D if it not breaking your DM's puzzles? So
It's not my puzzle. Fuck this puzzle. Let's go.
I figured before Christa offered that, I figured what we just do is put everybody in except one of either me or Christa. We rotate them until they get to a spot, type thing, and then hopefully it would be a thing of Christa grabbing, pushing back hard enough that I feel resistance. I stop. They go out. They rotate it until a gap comes around for me. I push hard enough to get resistance, jump in, and they rotate it until I meet them.
Like that's a pretty
Okay.
smart way to do it.
All right.
that's
honestly,
probably
but-
how you're supposed to
We've got
do
two
it.
strong people, so
It's fine. It's fine. All right, so what are you all doing?
I guess we're going to that southern passage, right?
Sure, if you want to go there
I think
first.
we were going
before
to
you-
check it out because, like, obviously, before we figure this all out, we have to like kind of explore it a little and realize what's going on.
All right.
This is not where we needed to go.
Who's the first one down there?
Shotty Nat.
Bad things
Okay.
happen when I'm first.
Okay.
I will as well if we want to both go.
I'm superstitious.
Ella will go.
Heading to the south, you find yourselves in a dead end. It contains a withered corpse, dressed in leather armor so dried that it is cracked and peeling in strips. Can I get a perception roll?
Oh, 11.
11? This guy's been dead a very long time.
18.
18, looking at this, you are going to see that the corpse's limbs aren't as withered as its head and torso. Can you make me an investigation check?
Sure. May I point this out to help her investigation?
Yeah,
here,
absolutely.
Anthea, this is
There's just a
odd,
thing?
no?
Try now.
Okay.
And Lyric is going to give you a bardic inspiration, which you can use on ability
Ooh,
things.
for me.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's go. I have to find a D8 because my brain is melted.
And I'll help if I can for advantage.
D10. There, found one.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll with advantage, Anthea.
Whoa! I got a 20 and I got a 1.
Oh, no, you didn't get a 1
Amazing.
because you get to re-roll the 1.
Oh, I suppose so, but I still got a 20 anyways.
And the
Sure.
fun part is that if
Um,
you're doing bardic on ability check, if you did use it,
I
you
did.
could roll bardic roll twice and choose which one you wanted to use.
Oh, really? That's
Only on the
a
bardic though.
way
Yeah.
better than the 1.
Perfect.
Let's. So I got a 20 and a 1 for my D20s, and then I got a 1 on the bardic. But let's
This thing is...
re-roll the bardic question.
Reroll.
No, don't. You got a nat 20, don't worry about it, but the bardic is
Okay.
going to help.
You know what? 35. I just wanted to say it.
That sounds good.
Yes!
I'll actually... You got a nat 20. I'm going to let you apply
Here.
that bardic onto the next
Okay.
ability that you have to make. Looking
okay.
at this, you're going to be able to squat down and look.
Oh.
This thing is suffused with necrotic energy. This thing looks like it was
Whoa.
absolutely melted by, like, honestly, all you can think is death ray. Death ray, death ray, death ray. This thing got killed by a death ray, and the energy stuck in it by accident, and this thing is ready to explode.
Whoa.
However, you think that you could carefully manipulate the strips of leather armor covering its chest to release some of this necrotic energy.
Without like diffusing a bomb.
Basically, you can defuse this bomb or cast
Okay, everyone.
Dispel Magic.
I don't have dispel magic.
Well, then you can make me a sleight of hand or religion check. For some reason, you can do religion
Wow.
too. I don't know what religion is good at handling leather, but sign me up.
That is what I'm gonna do because yeah, it's better that way. Thank you for letting me use the bardic on this.
No, I think it's great. Go ahead.
Let's do it. All right. Ka-cha. Okay. So, 11 plus 5, 16 plus another 5 is 21.
You are going to easily disarm this corpse.
Yes.
Congratulations, Bomb Squad. You are
Yes.
going to cut these strips, and there is going to be a sudden gasp of air out of this corpse as necrotic energy fires up into the ceiling and dissipates in this wave of dark energy. And then it collapses to the ground. Once again, just an inert corpse. Now the arms are as withered as the rest of it.
Oh. Were you just here as a trap? Like it could answer.
Or an unhappy accident.
Lyric, your bard sense is going to go wildly active at this point as you look at this and are going to see that this guy is dressed like a thief. Not only that, his belt has 4 of the most exquisite looking, blinged out crystal daggers on it.
So it's safe now, right?
Yeah, I think so.
You've gotten rid of all the boom energy from it?
The boom energy boomed just a little bit,
Yes.
though.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. Fantastic.
Yeah,
I'm just going to
I
take a
think
look
so.
at those right there, I think.
Oh.
Those look neat.
Okay.
They don't seem cursed, do they?
Yeah, but I mean, I think most things in this area would be cursed, but can I make a roll?
Well, considering it's
Sure.
attached to, a corpse that was about to explode, I sort of think that maybe a cursed dagger seems like a bit of overkill.
I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
just gonna
I'm
go
sure it's
snag
fine.
those daggers then. Did you say
Okay.
there's 3 of them, or?
There are 4 of them. Each
4
are
of them?
worth
Oh my God.
600 gold pieces.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna say that they say they're ornamental. I'm gonna say fuck that. They're actually like legit good daggers. Just don't break them.
Yeah, why would a thief have ornamental daggers?
Why would, right? It's like, that's all I have is ornamental daggers. Hold me closer, ornamental dagger.
Hold me closer, shiny dagger. Sorry.
All right, no, that's what we're here for. The daggers of delayed release. Yeah. All right. So, with that, it's time to do your Homer Simpson, whoop, 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 which you won't get because you don't like The Simpsons, Krista. But this way we can
Isn't that Zoidberg?
It's actually both.
True.
It's actually
And wasn't
both.
it from Wayne's World? They go doodle-doodle, 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 or
That
something
is.
like that.
Good
Also
reference.
very good.
But I'm going.
Thanks.
Whoop, 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 whoop,
Oh,
the
where
Homer
it
Simpson
runs
running on the
circle on
floor. Yeah.
Oh, I see. I thought
So
we were
with
like
that, you can go.
just going around.
That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. That'll work. So, you rotate it over 3 times, doing your weird floor routine. You know, your nice little floor routine. Everybody's going
Do
to...
you think the people who created this dungeon would be upset if they saw what you were doing?
Yes. They're wizards from a coast. Of course they would be. Surfing wizards. You adjust this. And the first chamber that opens to you after going right, right, right is another dead end. And inside of it, heaps of broken glass that sparkles in a variety of colors. It's a strange thing. But you remember that the next chamber in the circle was a right angle one that will probably connect you to where you're headed. Do you rotate again? All right. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
I feel like we've unlocked something. Like a secret door or something.
All right, and with that, you can
Let's
connect
check.
to the main area.
We'll keep going left, head down the left lane.
Beautiful. Heading down to the left, you will find a series of passages that culminate in a strange dead end. But it's not...
It looks like a lot of tentacles.
You have no idea. At the end of this, the ceiling of this dead-end passage slopes downward. At its end, the ceiling is only 4 feet high. An odd, furry ball the size and shape of a coconut dangles from a faint rune in the ceiling. It's palm-sized and has a mouth with teeth on it. Carmilla, as you look on this, you're going to know this is one of the things that you can use to open the door to the far realm. It's tied to that rune. It grew directly out of it.
This is one of the keys.
At that thing?
It's so gross, though.
I don't know if I have a jar big enough.
Is it alive? It looks alive.
Sindri
Blow
will
my
poke it with his
longsword and
staff.
just kind of like. I was gonna say, just sort of poke it from a
It's
distance.
it's gonna swing back and forth like a pendulum.
It's
It
got
looks like some sort of weird furry egg thing.
Yeah.
Eggs aren't supposed to be furry.
So strange.
Sorry, is it suspended or?
It is hanging. Basically, picture it like a tether ball, hanging from the ceiling.
Is it by a tentacle that it's hanging? Like it's
It is
thrown out of
hanging
this?
by. It is hanging. Dangles from a faint rune in the ceiling. It dangles from a tentacle. We're gonna say a tentacle.
Okay.
Sindri will draw his bow and try and shoot a hole through shoot the cord with his bow.
Okay. Well, that sounds good to me. You're gonna
Is it-
shoot. Are you trying to just shoot the orb, or are you trying to free it?
Trying to free it, yeah.
Okay. You absolutely can do so. Don't even worry about making a roll. You are going to fire an arrow. It's going to lodge in the wall beyond, and it is going to fall to the ground. As it does, it hits the ground.
Does this thing
And
look
be-
alive? Like it's wiggling. Can I cast sleep on it? I don't know how many hit points it has. If it is,
It,
just as a precaution.
allow me to describe this thing, and I'm sorry in advance. As you look at this thing, as it falls from the ceiling, you are going to see this palm-sized orb has a wide mouth filled with blunted teeth. It looks like fuzzy fruit, and as you knock it from the ceiling, it animates and just starts chewing at the air in front of it. Like it's trying to bite whatever is in front of its mouth. It isn't able to move, as far as you can tell. It just continues to try to bite the air.
I would love to try to cast sleep on it. I have no idea if this thing is actually alive enough to have hit points, but that is my current plan. I would like it to
That
stop.
sounds great.
We will step out of the way.
And as you do that, you cast sleep on it, and it has no effect. Although it does get a little drowsy like a pet in the sun, it doesn't fall asleep. It just kind of curls up cozily and starts chewing more slowly.
That's
Okay,
kind of
so-
cute.
Not really anything
little bit,
just
though.
sort of stick in its mouth that it can just chew on. That's not going to be anything we care about.
Oh,
And as
Kelly!
you're-
Kelly!
as you're looking at this thing, around the corner comes a hideous creature. This is a being that is, oh, how to describe it? A writhing mass of cephalopod eyes, dragging tentacles across the floor. It looks like what would happen if a mind flayer dissolved into a briny, membranous bag of eyes. It drifts around the corner. And you will all hear, "How dare you?" And I'm going to say I'm going to get a surprise round off this, but let's everybody roll me initiative, please.
oh
I was hoping I
boy.
could get a surprise round to throw the chompy thing at it.
I don't think so.
A nat 20!
Yeah.
Okay. A nat 11. Okay, Oculorb, what do we got for Dex? Okay. All right, checking initiative right now. We have, perfect, we love to see it here. Checking at the top, we have Carmilla with a 22, followed by Sindri, followed by Ella, followed by Lyric, followed by... Oh, pardon me, not followed by Lyric, followed by Anthea, followed by Lyric, followed by the Oculorb. All right, which has a name, but I'm just going to refer to the Oculorb for right now. The Oculorb is going to get a surprise round on you because who sees an Oculorb coming? And it is going to look in your direction and make... I'm going to make 4... I'm going to make... Oh, let's do a dreadful... No, let's do a withering glare. I need a 60-foot cone. It's going to just look down at you. I need a wisdom save from each of you.
And I have my intellect fortress up, so I have advantage.
You do?
Kelly, do I get any sort of advantage from my fun hat?
Your fun hat, your crown? Well, your crown gives you an advantage on brain saves, including wisdom, charisma, and intelligence. So yes.
That's
And
much
a
better.
reminder that Anthea and Lyric get +3 from being next to Alessandra.
That's
I also
perfect.
got a
It
nat
wouldn't have
20.
helped by 1, but I'm
All
also
right.
a halfling.
All right, so let's get some.
Jeepers.
Give me some totals here. I need to know, is anybody spending their determination?
I'm not intending to
No.
because I got a 28.
Okay, all right. Did anybody get below a 16?
No.
Okay,
I think we all got above 20.
Oh, that is
Yeah,
so
if
cool.
I get the +3 from Ella,
We're
and
at
I have
17.
+1 for wisdom saves, and then I got a nat
Okay.
20, so
So you guys are going to take half damage on this. Can I... everybody here is going to take 14 points of necrotic damage, and that's
Ow.
it. The necrotic energy
Wow.
is going to wash over you. Did anybody get a nat 20?
1, 4, yeah?
Lyric, you're going to take 0. Carmilla, you're going to take 0 if you got a nat 20. Perfect. All right, and that is its turn. Top of the initiative, Carmilla. This creature leers behind you. It telepathies into your brain.
How dare you come into my sanctum?
And I put my feet on the walls.
Quick question.
Look,
Resistance means I have damage, right?
it means you have damage rounding down, so 7 for you.
29 and 26.
To hit, what are you doing? You're running forward and attacking, or are you shooting?
Yeah, I'm just gonna run. I'm gonna run forward and take a couple of swings with my
Perfect.
Lightbringer. I presume it doesn't do because it's not undead. It's just
It's
an
not
aberration.
undead. It is an aberration.
Um,
Go ahead and give me damage.
I'm gonna use distracting strike on one of them so that
Okay.
whoever hits it next has advantage. Oh goodness. Oh, that's a reroll. Oh, that's good there. That is 4, 8, 9, 12. 18 damage.
18 damage. Beautiful. Is that from all of it?
That is from both attacks, yeah.
All right. Slashing into it, it is going to be hit once, twice, and as you do that, you are going to pop several of its eyes. Viscous fluid is going to splash onto you. Can you give me a wisdom save, please? I'm using my reaction Obsessive Rebuke.
That's a 2.
Okay. You are going to be blasted, taking 16 points of psychic damage. And that's all I can do. Carmilla, anything else on your turn? Bonus actions or action surge?
I ain't got shit. Yeah, I could action surge, but I don't.
Yeah, if you want to.
No, I'll hold on to it for now.
Okay, Sindri, you're up.
All right, Sindri is going to move to here, take 2 shots with his longbow. Distracting strike applies to ranged attacks as well.
Does it?
All right,
Yeah,
Yes.
it does.
It's the next attack, I think.
so that's an 18 to hit.
That is a... That is a hit, yeah.
All right, now that's going to be 9 points of piercing damage. It's going to take another shot, and that is 27 to hit. So, and that's 12 points of piercing damage.
Ooh, 2 more eyes burst under your bow shot as you draw back and fire.
And then Sindri
Anything
will
else,
step,
Sindri?
just like break line of sight and step around the corner.
Basically roll with your back to the wall. Perfect. As you roll with your back to the wall, the camera's going to swing around the corner where Alessandra has her blade drawn. Ella, it's your turn. You were made for this. Get him, champ.
Excellent. I'm gonna get him. I guess she'll step up through Lyric and next to Carmilla. Okay, that is 18 and 13 on the dice, which turns into, oh boy, a 27 and a 22.
Those are both hits. Give me damage.
Okay. I am going to smite on both, I think. So I'll smite on one and see what happens, and smite on the other. $34 on the first hit.
34 on the first hit. A
This is
row
second
of
level smite as well.
Perfect. Radiant energy discharges as you cut down a row of these strange alien eyes with your blade.
Okay. And he's still kind of standing, so I will smite with the second hit as well. Ooh, that is a couple 8s. Very nice. Very nice. I like it. Uh, eight, 31 on the second hit.
31. Another row of eyes falls to your blade, and as it does, the camera's going to swoop under the blade. Little bits of viscera are going to be stuck to the lens. Do you have anything with your bonus action? Tunnel fighter?
I mean, I guess there's not much point to it. I don't think, because it can't move past.
Okay.
But
You could go
might
north.
as well. There's nothing else I can do with
Okay.
it, so I might as well hit it.
Sounds good. We're going to swoop under a little flecks of viscera on the camera lens as we focus on Anthea. Anthea, it's your turn.
Oh, pardon me. I'm gonna back up just a couple steps here, and 2 steps, and I'm gonna throw a firebolt. I'm gonna throw a
Okay.
firebolt.
Give it to
That's
me.
what I like to do.
It is what you like to do.
Yeah. Nope. That's gonna be a 13. Oh wait, I have a
You have
I
determination.
have a determination. Okay.
Yep.
Well, I mean, we can try it with a 17.
That's a hit.
Nice.
All right, fire is going to erupt out of the side of its face. Well, it doesn't really have a face, but you get my idea. The side of its
Whoa.
mass.
24 points of fire damage, please.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I almost rolled max. I rolled a 10 and a 9. Good time.
It is going to screech in absolute pain, and I need to know something, Anthea. How are you doing this?
Whoa! Okay. I probably, as she throws it, because it was like almost max damage, it kind of like starts to almost like open on the way there, kind of splashing it in whatever, like in like the whatever accelerant she uses, and it kind of all kind of goes up. Oh, that one was a really good one.
It collapses
Good
onto
job.
the ground. A
you.
mass of
Lyric
smoldering flesh.
applauds.
Thank you.
Kind of talked a big game for.
Being extraordinarily flammable. Yeah.
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 Did
check
anyone
where
get
it came
splashed by
from.
the goo?
We should go
Precipitation?
look.
Oh,
The little coconut mouth, which is known as a nobble, like it gnaws things, a nobble.
I will grab it by the
Oh.
tentacles.
Okay. I'm going to say that it has like tentacles hanging off of it like a very hairy coconut.
I kind of love it, you guys. I'm so sorry. So
No.
gross.
No aberrations as pets.
I don't know, man.
All right. If you pick it up and don't put anything in its mouth, it will lean into your hand and start to nuzzle.
No. Absolutely.
That's not me. That's in the text.
Absolutely not. Yeah, but absolutely not. No. Someone just keep it away from me, please.
Wow.
I
Ella
have
just
a
gives
glove
Carmilla
that-
this look of just like,
She's not engaging. She has a glove that allows her to, gives her a +4 against dropping things. So she's specifically holding it in that hand.
That's
Beautiful.
amazing.
All right. Where are y'all headed now?
I guess we should quickly check out where it came from.
and then can we get out of here and go like have a nap?
Taking the novel with you, you will head across the way. You will find yourself in a large chamber, divided by thin stone walls. Smashed tables and tools fill 3 shallow alcoves. This looks like, once upon a time, it had been a place of art and place of craftsmanship here. But this creature, there's no way it could have been the craftsman, right?
At least not recently. Didn't have hands.
The tables are shattered. Most of the things in this room are broken, as if something in a fit tore it apart. Do you look through the wreckage?
Hands anymore.
Yes.
I guess because we're looking for like a key of
Absolutely.
some sort, aren't we?
No, we have the
Found
key.
the key.
Oh, we have the
Oh,
key.
there's the key.
Weird little.
A little ticky 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 ticky.
Ew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody who
But
wants
let's-
to roll Arcana to understand the magic behind this may do so.
Okay.
Absolutely. That
big
sounds like
bag?
Once we don't need them anymore, can we squish them?
The novel?
fun. Absolutely, please. It's very gross and concerning.
But it's not
And if you-
harmful.
It seems the sort of thing that might just start multiplying.
And eating
don't know.
everything.
So, did anybody get above an 18? 18 or above?
No, 16.
On Arcana.
Yes.
Oh.
Did you
Should we
actually?
wi- I rolled a 20. I would not. However, I would not know this, so I should not.
I'm not
Come on.
proficient in it.
I just want to be included. So
Oh,
That's fine.
no, you
If I
told
spend my
Fivo.
determination, that'll give me a
Get it.
19.
Do you want to do it?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
All right, Lyric. You think about this for a minute, and according to what Carmilla has said, large stable gateways to the far realm it's a place of chaos. They must be very difficult to maintain. Hell, they must be almost impossible to maintain, let alone create. Normally, you've heard of at least stories in Candlekeep about people creating gateways to less chaotic places that sheared them in half when they tried to cross it. So,
It's quite lucky that we're actually alive right now.
well, this is a smaller portion of the far plane. This is a little easier to reach. This is a little pocket realm.
Still, could go quite wrong.
So, it looks like they inscribed bolstering runes into each of these rifts to augment their own gate. And one of the lucky things about this is that these runes appear to be giving birth to these little creatures that are suffused with the energy of those runes.
So if we wanted to close these rifts, portals, go to the other side and kill it?
No. You want the they're already in the far realm. If you want to go get them, you need to collect a novel from each one of these sub-realms.
Yeah, but then once we've shut it all down,
Oh, you can totally kill
close
them
it and make
afterwards.
it
Who
have a-
cares?
like cascading effect if they're not alive anymore.
You're not sure if the novels will have any effect on the rune, but
Huh.
you can absolutely kill them.
Well, that's nice at least.
Yeah, but you need them alive until you do the thing.
Why can't we just have them have a delayed detonation and go boom, and then just have each one explode and trap them all inside the Far Realm?
You like to explode innocent, maybe not innocent, but
I don't think
animals
innocent.
that can't hurt you.
I've yet to meet one that can't hurt me.
This little guy doesn't look like he wants to hurt us.
Wow.
Yet?
Regardless, perhaps we should leave.
I want to leave. Please.
Okay. Checking through this. You're going to be able to find that there's a set of jeweler's tools, 3 rubies carved to look like eyeballs, worth about 300 gold each, and a statuette of a beholder with emeralds at the end of eye stalks, and a huge diamond for a central eye.
Oh,
That thing must be worth the price of a mansion.
So, buy all the gems out and destroy it because it's a beholder and nobody wants that?
Someone might want it. There's no accounting for taste.
I don't think I want to talk to anyone who wants to have a statue of a beholder.
Would you take their money?
Suppose we could like dismantle it.
Take all the gems out and then do something with it.
Oh, the statue has
No?
like it's crafted well.
You can absolutely take it. It's a statuette, like it's about this big. Which means you
Well,
could
they're
animate it
carrying
and have like a little ninja.
That is very tempting. That's a good point. Look. Fine. I'm sure we can use it for something later.
Perfect. Let's get out of here.
Okay.
Grab that rest when we get out.
You grab whatever you'd like out of that pile.
Yeah, we're not gonna stop in here, not with eyeballs.
Too many eyes.
And using Carmilla's wall climbing abilities, we're going to be able to head down and redo the steps that get you out of here. Rotating the giant stone eye, making your way back toward the portal that will take you away from the Far Realm and into Illithinoch. Who goes through first? Sindri, you step through back into that room of vivisection. Anthea, you follow?
Yeah.
Okay. Lyric, you need to get the hell out of here too?
Yeah. Absolutely, this place is awful.
Sounds good. Alessandra.
I would like to be out.
Okay. Carmilla, you step through. And as you step all back, the portal wavers slightly. And then you're going to feel something. Carmilla, all of you are going to feel this. One moment, Sindri. Okay, and Lyric, both of you, in spite of your magic items, are going to hear a soft voice overwhelm the edge of your telepathy senses. The block that crown puts on you. For the two of you, it's going to be like hearing this through water. But the rest of you will hear this clearly.
We have seen you.
A voice, ancient and newborn, echoes.
We have seen you. Looking at us. We have seen you. And we have seen the offerings that you bring us.
And as it says this, you'll start to hear a horrible ringing noise. Carmilla, your backpack begins vibrating as the fragments of the obelisk you've been keeping in it begin humming very loudly. And as that occurs, you will hear that voice reach out and say,
I accept you into the fold.
And Carmilla, as this is said, there's going to be a sickening crunch that will echo throughout the chamber. Carmilla violently vomits onto the floor, blood and bile carrying a dozen teeth with it. There is a ripping sound as flesh tears and bone elongates. She collapses to the floor in a silent scream. The shawl falls off of her scalp, revealing a naked, bare skull. Veiny and blue. As the blue spreads, it becomes purple. She trembles as her clothing rips, the armor stretches to its maximum.
I will let you join me in the fire realm.
And as it says that, Carmilla will look up at you. Her eyes turned black as pitch and glassy, and 4 dripping tentacles descend from her lips. And a voice in your mind from her will say to you the last thing she will ever say to you. What is it, Carmilla? What do you say? What's the last thought?
Her eyes dart around desperately. They hit Anthea with a look of failure. And then looks to Alessandra, and you hear, in another life, we could have gone on wonderful adventures together.
And with that, the light of comprehension fades from her eyes. And the creature that was Carmilla looks up at you, raises its hands, and vanishes as she plane shifts into the far realm. And with that, Carmilla Alizarin is no more. But I think we'll have to pick up game next time. We'll see you in 2 weeks after we have a holiday next Monday. We're all taking off, and we'll see you very soon. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
What? No!
Hey, Kelly!
What the fuck? What the fuck?
What?
Big thank you to everybody who supports us over on Patreon. Thank you for joining the Patreon army. We love you over there. Hey, if you want more emotional trauma, be sure to join the Patreon, like my mom, Shycan de Vermilion, who both divine patrons, our demonic producers, Mysterium MK and Sorcerer Sanguine, our wizards of the Patreon, Tammy the Forever Cleric, the Ink Goblin, and Krasha Urquhart, our Monster Maker Soul Omen, and our High Council, Taryn Dustin, Amberthist, Raven with Baubles, Chef Eladeth, Larook, Kelowna Curd, Mike Baxter, Brian Kaler, and Nerdy Metal Gent. If you want to find out what happens to Carmilla, maybe drop a sub. Hang out. We'll be back in 2 weeks with Phandelver and Below, the Shattered Obelisk. Good night, everybody.
Has that been the plan from the beginning?
It's been the plan for a couple of weeks because my schedule has gotten so incredibly crazy that I can't continue.
See what?
Unless you somehow manage to save her.
My waifu!
Oh no! Lesbians!
Hey, you
Listen.
know what? We gotta.
Oh,
We're not a
God,
legitimate
drama.
television
My
series until
God.
we commit kill your gays.
We
There
didn't
you
kill,
go.
we just
Oh,
transformed
shit,
them
I
into
hate
mind
that.
flayers. That's
No.
You
different.
just
There
gave
you
me a
go.
bigger problem to solve now. What
Yeah.
the heck?
Now there's
Proud.
personal stakes. And
you and
Carmilla,
Alessandra one hell of a dilemma.
Right?
Carmilla,
Uh-huh.
Carmilla, how many of the obelisk shards were in your bag?
Mm-hmm.
All 3.
All of them.
All of them.
Bye.
All of them.
I thought about that too.
Here's me going, shit, we should have shattered those at some point.
We should have shattered the obelisk. But hey, folks, that's gonna be it
name.
for us tonight. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Have a wonderful night, everybody. Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
And Christa, we'll see if they can
Good
get you
job.
back.
Krista, though, that was dramatic. That was great. But also, fuck you!
Come on.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Because as Random pointed out, if I try and save Carmilla unsuccessfully, I'm technically breaking my oath.
I
Yeah,
know.
An Oathbreaker Paladin?
It's pretty cool. You get a Scottish
Which
accent according to
oath?
Baldur's Gate.
Wait, did
Uh,
you have an oath?
All right, Christa. I'll give you the
Sworn
last
yourself
words.
to I hadn't.
Thank you, everyone. It has been wonderful. I love all of you very much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Best of luck.
Best of luck to you. Good night, everybody.
Mm.
And Twitch, we're gonna go raid, I guess, Blackwater. Let's go raid Blackwater. They're on right now. Yeah, I hope you had some fun with that. I was like, and then you ate a brain, and I was like, that was easy. I've been hitting at this for like
Yum,
3
yum.
sessions now, so it's pretty good.
I know.
And
I was
I
trying to
love
lean
you.
into it.
I appreciate it. I really do. And thank you. You are wonderful, and we'll see if they can rescue you. We'll have to see. Good night, everybody.